Is OBS better or
We are
worse than the Streamlabs thing?
A lot worse. We are live. Hold on. There's no way to like easily pull up your stream.
I'm refreshing your. Oh, there we go. We're live. Yeah, we're live.
There you go. Can you send that to the Discord and send that to everybody?
By the way, we're live. Our mics are open.
Yes, we are live. Our mics are open.
Hello.
Everyone can hear every dirty little thing that we say. So make sure to keep it clean. Thank you. Let me just send this to Jemmy because I think he wants to see some of this high tier Ragnarok gameplay.
Ragnarok is better than expected.
All right, ready to go?
We already.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 11 of MZN. As you probably know, a very special game came out today. God of War Ragnarok. We've all been waiting a long time, so we're gonna go through it today. Are you guys excited?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, I will say the title screen isn't exactly what I expected. It's a bit more vibrant and lively when I was kind of thinking it would be something more solemn, but you know, everyone says great things about this game. The reviews are overwhelmingly positive, so we're gonna jump into this phenomenal game. I hope you guys enjoy.
Like a PS2 game.
I mean, it's a throwback, right? Because the original God of War is PS2. PS2 is the best console, so it's an homage to why don't you guys introduce yourself? We are joined here today by Zona and Mac.
What up, everybody? I'm Zona Mike.
And what up,
everybody?
Very well done. All right, now without any further ado, I am itching to see
I couldn't top Zona's introduction. I just copied him.
There we go. I'm antsy to see how this story continues. So, that's odd. Obviously, stick drift. Whoa, that's problematic. Oh my. Okay, hold on. I've got another controller. Why do you have to embarrass me in front of everyone?
As you can
We
see,
might have to play Rayman 3 actually.
we are professional streamers.
We do this for a living.
Don't.
This God of War just looks like shit already.
I don't remember you being able to name your save.
Yeah.
That's a new feature, guys. Look at that.
We're gonna have some interesting storytelling developments with that, I am sure. Oh man, all my cables. The stream can't hear me, by the way, because I'm away from my microphone. So dance.
Oh yes.
I mean, I think they can hear you. You just sound really far away.
What's in the album?
I
I
mean,
wonder.
we can actually talk about it a little bit. I know Zona's been playing a little bit of God of War so far, but I don't want to know because I haven't, and we're all antsy to play it. So I don't know where I was going with that line of inquiry, but
Yeah, yeah. We can talk about it a bit. No, wait a minute. I don't want to talk about it. All I can say about God of War Ragnarok is God of War Ragnarok is not mid. And from the first few hours, it's already probably the best PS5 game out there, which I guess wasn't that hard to do. So
yeah, I believe that. Actually, come to think of it, other than like,
I highly doubt that.
other than Horizon,
you said that.
what other massive games have come out other than Horizon?
I still think
Ratchet.
you're gonna have to try really, really fucking hard to beat DMC5.
No, I'm talking about PS5 game.
It's a PS5 game, DMC5 Special Edition.
Oh, no,
It's a
I know that. I'm
PS5
talking about-
exclusive, baby.
Okay, all right. I guess you can say that, but I'm saying like Sony Studios, like their studio games. This is definitely the best PS5
first party
one.
one. I mean, yeah, there's no competition, right?
Well,
I mean, yeah,
this is coming out on
technically.
PS4. It's being released on PS4.
That's
as well,
true.
isn't
It's
it?
not a PS5 game. It is a PS4 game.
And so on PS4, it's going to run like shit, at 30 FPS probably, with like
Literally
at
says
1080p.
You're gonna be spending hours walking through the portals, like when you're fast traveling. You're just like, oh my god,
loading.
when is this gonna end?
You can tell it's a PS4 game in some spots, but it's beautiful. It's really beautiful. But this is not a spoiler, but like, you know what I mean? Like fucking walking, like you know, like in PS4, like yeah, lots of fucking going through little tight caverns. You know what I'm talking about? Like walking through there. You can tell that's PS4, like, which kind of sucks because lots of like loading. You know what I mean?
I heard something recently, actually, on a podcast. I heard that the technique when you know, push a beam aside to make way, or when you know, crawl through a narrow crevice, right, to get to the next open area, apparently, like, maybe 10% of the time that's used to aid loading of whatever's coming next.
Yeah.
But actually, that's not the case most of the time. Apparently, the reason they do that is actually much more practical. It's simply to provide an excuse to funnel the player into certain areas, or keep the player in certain areas, in the same way that DMC5, for example, when there's a combat section, just spawns, you know, invisible walls basically on the exits of the room, so the player can't exit the room while they're fighting. It's literally that, right?
Yeah.
It's literally like, hey, in this battle scene, we couldn't think of a real good reason why you can't go into the next chamber, so we just made it a crevice that you have to crawl through, as opposed to just an opening, right? So it's actually not for loading. It's literally just to be like, don't go there yet.
Some of it is, like, for example, the God of War one, and the OG God of War. Did you ever watch the Sony SSD press conference a long time ago for PS5? That was an example.
You mean
was
when
God
it
of War.
launched?
It was like before launch. It was like purely about like the science behind the PS5's SSD and what the capabilities. Yeah, they talk about that. Like, and I'm pretty sure God of War was one of the examples for that. And they're pretty much saying like, right now, the state of video games is like a maze where you can't just go straight to your objective, right? You have to like there's a lot of things to load. And I think God of War was an example for that case. But I agree with you. There are some cases where funnels. It's like you need to be here now. But like, especially with this game too, you could tell that it is fucking loading, because it's like there's a lot of shit. Sure. You know what I mean?
Well, the point is that there should never be a loading screen, right? Question.
Yeah. I mean,
hold on. I just got a point of contention with this game. They let you choose a name, but they don't even have enough space for Kratos. That's an odd decision.
Just call him Kratos.
Just call him Kratz.
I should have taken out the A. Just Kurtos.
Kurtos.
I like to call him Curtis. Curtis Jackson, the true God of War. Interesting. So these are the Alps from the Alfheim, I believe.
Yeah. I'm listening to the Made in Abyss soundtrack as I'm watching this right now. It's kind of
pretty fitting, yeah.
Have we all seen season 2 by now, by the way?
Yep.
Cool.
A godless place. Such a godless season.
So I remember these guys. These are the plagues that you released in God of War 3 when you killed, I want to say, Hera. You killed Hera and all these little black things came out. Pestilence basically ran through the world. Seems they finally made their way to Norseland. About time. Oh no!
Oh my god.
That is graphic right there.
Yeah.
I didn't know this
was
an 18. This is an 18? Oh yeah, correct. It's an 18.
Uh-oh.
Or for my American viewers,
I've heard
M rating.
I've heard that Loki's design is pretty underwhelming, but I don't mind it.
Where's the sex mini game?
Oh, don't worry.
Is that a penis?
It's coming. And then we'll be coming. Hey. Yeah.
Wow.
There's our boy Curtis,
Kratos,
the God of War.
Curtis.
And Atreus got fat as hell. Oh.
When do you think we'll see the dwarves?
So we got Kratos, Atreus, and the little guy is obviously Mimir.
Yeah.
I didn't think they would reinterpret everything But you know, I'm actually here for it. I think this is an improvement in a lot of ways.
It's a fairly radical departure, if you ask me. But yeah. I mean, Mimir flies now, so there's that.
That's a reference. God. That's a reference.
It's Ragnarok.
Yeah, Ragnarok HD. There we go. You know, I'm pretty sure Mimir flying is a reference to the blockbuster hit film Rise of Skywalker. They fly now. They fly now.
Yes.
All right. Okay, wait. I need subtitles, please. The red things are bonus. Of course, it's blood.
Oh,
ha, simo, hafani, ha, sino, hafahi, ha, nimo, samani. Oh shit, Mimir is roasting me, dude.
Jesus.
So, question: is this a purely on rails section, or are you choosing where to fly in general?
It's on rails with some movement.
Yeah.
We're going to be seeing a lot of that in this game. There's just a lot of fun little, like, I guess call them vehicle segments, although they're not necessarily
like
vehicle.
Set pieces, kind
of.
Set
pieces. Like the last game had water skiing. It had riding a rocket that was really... It was really impressive for the Dreamcast. Was it Dream? No, not Dreamcast. For the N64. It was really impressive just flying through this 3D environment on a rocket and just like, you know, going up, down, like going everywhere, just flying through the insides of this giant space, like not spaceship, skyship. Am based.
Oh my god, 100%.
Nice.
And yeah, then there was riding a rocket like a bull, and there was flying a skyship. There were all of these fun little segments with their unique control schemes. And then, of course, there is the sex minigame. See?
Where's Kratos' arm?
See, just as he said, I like that outfit on you. When does it come off?
Yeah. Where's the Raving Rabbids?
Wait, the game manual is in the game? That's some pretty meta shit right there.
Suddenly the black lum transforms the red lums into hoodlums. Here we go. It says that Glowbox took off with your hands, so we gotta go for...
I think it was the little indie game called Tunic that came out recently, which literally put the game manual on how to play in the game, and you literally discover pages of the manual as you go.
That's funny.
But to add insult to injury, the actual language the game manual is written in, along with the whole world, is gibberish. It's a made-up language, so you have to like infer what it means by the pictures and like the arrows and stuff. It's a neat idea.
So, keep in mind when watching this that down the line, this cemented Assassin's Creed Valhalla. This is where it ends up. This is where it all started.
This was the genesis of it all. Wow.
Oh, I mean, yeah, this is, I believe, Ubisoft's last game before... Oh, no, they did Prince of Persia before. So this is before Prince of Persia.
Well, that was the inspiration for Assassin's Creed. So.
Yeah, and then Prince of Persia is before Assassin's Creed. So you'll see some design philosophy that might carry over.
Doesn't the story go that they were making a Prince of Persia sequel and they were going to call it Prince of Persia like Assassins, and then they scrapped it and it became Assassin's Creed eventually?
No, I have no idea, but that does make sense.
I'm pretty sure that's true, but someone can correct me on that in the comments.
So it seems I can't collect those red guys. So I played Rayman 2 recently. And there's this cool system. I wonder if it's still in this game. What? Move the camera. Okay. There's a photo mode.
Wow. That is forward thinking.
Yeah, seriously.
What? Yeah, seriously.
But there doesn't seem to be any way to get this. Okay, it's fading away. There we go. Wow. Oh, no, it's coming back. That's... How do I get rid of the thing telling... Okay. Nice idea, poorly executed. But, so the lore of Rayman is about the lums. The lums are like the lifeblood of the cosmos. And the prior game was about collecting them. And when you collected them, it says like they store wisdom of the cosmos. And when you collected them, you would unlock lore entries the more and more you collect. And the lore of this universe runs really, really deep. And it's quite cool. Basically, like, there was this god figure who, and it details how it like created the universe and how it distributed its power. It created this being first. It created the lums, and then it created the yellow lums and the red lums, and then it created Glowbox, which was our blue friend at the beginning. And the lore said like, and then the creator created Glowbox. ... We don't know why he created Glowbox, but he's really cute, isn't he? I thought that was some nice world building, because he is quite cute.
I do love Glowbox.
What exactly do you have to do to get 100% in the level? Do you collect all these things?
I guess so. I'm not entirely sure. In the last game, it was just the lums. There were lums, and then there were cages you could break that usually had lums inside. So it was just about collecting the lums.
Also, I have an answer to the Assassin's Creed question. So yeah, 2003. The director, gonna butcher his name, so I'm not gonna say it. But yeah, the director basically wanted to make a Prince of Persia game based around the bodyguards of Prince of Persia, and then call it Assassins. But then Ubisoft rejected the idea as it did not focus on the Prince of Persia, but his bodyguards. From there, the team responsible for developing the Sands of Time moved to complete what would become Assassin's Creed. So yes.
Cool. So it's kind of like the origins of Devil May Cry, which was born out of Resident Evil, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes, the difference there is that it was already in development as Resident Evil 4. And Shinji Mikami came in and saw, like, all right, show me the progress, and he was just like, this game is really good, but this isn't Resident Evil. He made a brilliant decision. Instead of make it more like Resident Evil, he just said, let's just make this its own thing and not undo the work you guys have done.
Cool.
So in this case, it seems that it wasn't in development. It was still in the like pitching stage, and they just had to change their pitch around for the idea to get off the ground. That would be pretty funny if they say, like, make the next Prince of Persia game, and so they started making it, and then a higher up comes in, and he's just like, so, how's it? Oh, this is beautiful.
Ooh.
Look at this, 2 moons. It's really pretty. And they came in, and they're just like, how's the Prince of Persia game in it? And then they start playing, and they realize, like, why are we focusing on the bodyguards? That's odd.
We don't want bodyguards.
Hey.
Oh.
Hey,
Murphy. That's actually interesting.
Murphy's on our side. He's roasting the Ubisoft developers. I don't know if I'd roast these Ubisoft developers, but actually, I don't know if I'd roast Ubisoft developers in general. It's probably the higher ups. We got a glow box! Yay! Look at him. He's got my hands. I don't know what he was doing with them, the sick bastard.
Yeah, Prince of Persia Assassin would have focused on a female assassin. Interesting.
So, I'm interested to see how the punch works. Already, seems I've got a charge, but already the fire distance is actually a lot shorter than the previous game. And in the previous game, aiming was highly contextual. If you were near something of interest, Rayman would automatically shoot towards it. I wonder if that's going to remain the same here, or if they thought, oh, well, the hardware is better, so we can rely on players to aim for themselves.
I noticed there were no pits of death yet.
Yet.
When you fall. Like I thought this was a pit of death, and then it's like, oh, it's just water. That's cool.
Me too. There were quite a few pits of death in Rayman, but or Rayman 2, but they were also. Oh, good. We still have the bounce feature.
Is it a bounce or a homing missile?
It bounces.
Oh, that's cute.
But hopefully we're gonna get an upgrade that makes our bullets travel a lot further. Because in Rayman 2, what was really cool is like if you were in combat and you weren't locked on, but you were like say fighting in a room, there was still a good chance your bullets would hit if you just kept spamming them because they'd just start ricocheting everywhere. Shut up, Glowbox.
Maybe this is a change to make it more deliberate.
Very possible. Also, a change from the last game is that the characters are voiced now. In the last game, it was Orbita, Wabata, Rayman. Oh no, it's Odin and it's Thor.
I mean, that's pretty spot on, isn't it?
Yeah. Leave the Alps alone.
Just goes to show there are no new ideas under the sun.
I was told that after Rayman 2 I'd be cast as a tormented artist. Oh, Murphy's really roasting the game. He was a cheeky fucker in the last game, I will say. He dropped in to explain the most basic of controls, but then like I mentioned it to you, I think, in a conversation, but the most obscure mechanic in the game, which is learning how to ride plums, is you figure that out for yourself, and then afterwards he comes down and he's like, hey, you figured out how to do that. Good. It's good you figured that out. Oh, I'm gonna have to keep hitting that. Yeah, so I've never actually played this game all the way through. I've played a bit of it at a friend's house, and I just remember it being really, really good.
Yeah, I remember that too from like the early 2000s. I remember just being like, oh yes, this looks great, but I don't remember anything about it.
The funny thing is, Zona and I are watching it as people would have seen it back in the day. Probably.
720.
Yeah.
Maybe better even, actually. I don't even think 720 was the standard back then. It was more like... Because 720 is technically HD in the conventional sense.
Is this a boss fight? This is a boss fight. This room is a boss. So Murph keeps saying shit. I can't really hear him.
Wait, does your punch seal the walls?
I don't know what these things are, but I'm punching them. Yeah. Okay, Murphy never seems to shut up. Ooh. Okay, so I think I need to learn to bounce right now. Shut up, Murphy. Seriously. Okay, you can't be yapping like this the entire game. Oh, okay, yeah. We've got the strafe mechanic. Can I jump? Ah, interesting. I can curl. I can bend it like Beckham.
So if you strafe and shoot, it curls.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. Nice. That's pretty nice.
I don't know why, but you walking around spamming those projectiles, especially now with the curving stuff, it's giving me like Force Unleashed vibes when you just spam your force push of everything. I don't know why that cropped up in my brain, but it has a similar level of jankiness.
The force is blue.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Does he have a bounty on his head, literally? Graham. Oh no, Gra. I remember this. I remember that this is where I learned the word fatigues. Holy shit.
Jesus.
Right? Who uses fatigues in normal talk?
Like the army.
Yeah, exactly. Like what? There we go.
Wait, did that just equip like onto you like an Iron Man suit?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Okay, so now I can throw tornadoes. Oh, fuck me. Okay.
That just seems objectively better.
Well, I mean, yeah, these are we're going to be getting a bunch of different power suits with different power-ups. Oh, no, go away. What was it? R2, not L2. All right, so
you can bend those too.
Can still curve them. Here, we're going to be getting a bunch of different power-up suits that do a bunch of different things. Oh, it ran out.
Yeah,
I wonder. Okay, so is it timed or is it?
Time.
Yeah, it's a timer.
Yeah, you have a time.
It's in the corner. And every point that I pick up
is doubled
right now. Yes.
So it is. So it is a buff, but it's temporary.
Yeah, a la Mario. Oh wait, no, Mario's aren't temporary.
No, that's when you
36%.
Bruh.
Could have swore I did.
We're talking about Mario's abilities. Mario's abilities are temporary.
No, they're not.
For some of the games. Some of the games.
Oh, some of them are. Some of them are, but
the only one that comes to mind is the star that's temporary.
Well, we're talking about like 3D Mario games or what?
I was just talking about Mario, like 2D Mario. You know,
isn't the raccoon
Chris Pratt's Mario?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Tanuki Mario is not temporary. Star's temporary. Mushroom's temporary. 3D Mario. Steel is temporary. Star's temporary. So there's some temporary stuff in there.
I don't know if this was in any other game.
Temporary.
Do you remember on the DS game when you would turn into Giant Mario?
Giant Mario, that was awesome.
Destroyed the whole level.
Yeah, that was great.
The biggest, like, heartbreak is if you missed it and you just see it fall off the edge and you're like, no, I have to play now.
Yeah.
Here we go. By the way, I've got a new stream setup. I'm not on my couch. I'm sitting a la Turca, as I like to put it. Our friend Captain Turk sits like weirdly close to the screen when he's playing PlayStation.
Oh my god, he does that all the time.
And so,
it's so
yeah,
bad for the eyes.
I'm doing that now just because my cable won't reach.
Good that you're doing it temporarily because it's awful for your eyes.
Yes, I'd imagine so. Uh-oh. Oh no. That's ice.
Yeah, our friend Captain Turk Max, it's literally at home. He has like a 55-inch TV, right? And sits right in front of it. Probably like it's 2 feet away probably. It's fucking nuts. I don't even know how it works like
it must fill his vision at that distance if
it
it's
does.
that big.
Yeah, it does. He kind of has to like turn his head a little bit. It's weird.
I'd watch cartoons like very close to the screen when I was a kid, and I remember I was at the doctor's one day and my mum brought it up. And she said, "Shouldn't he like not watch TV that close?" Kind of wanting the doctor to tell me off a little bit. And the doctor said, "No, it's fine, really. I mean, unless he feels like, unless he gets a headache, like it's fine."
Yeah, I love it when,
like,
when the doctors are based and they tell your parents to let you do it. The fuck you're doing. Remember my dad was always getting on my ass about exercise, and I was a rapper for a while, and I would rap a lot, practice and rehearse my songs and do all that. And rapping, especially when I was rapping like my songs, which are quite fast, gets your heartbeat pumping. It's a good aerobic exercise. And I was doing a checkup, and they put a heart tracker on me, and I had to wear it for a day. And when I gave it back, they said, like, everything's good here, except this is really concerning. At like 1 a.m., your heartbeat spikes for like an hour and a half. And I'm just like, oh, yeah, no, I was just rapping. And he was like, okay, thank God. I thought you were asleep. Like, that would have been horrible. And then he's like, yeah, so you seem perfectly healthy. My dad was like, but about fitness, do you think you should exercise? And he's like, he is exercising. What are you talking about? We just went over how he's exercising, and he's like, well, I mean, shouldn't he be doing more for that? He's like, no, No, this is a perfectly fine exercise. And I was like, yay.
Up yours, parents.
But, by the way, there was a cute little reference there. There's a little fairy that came in saying, and then the bad fairy, the hoodlum, was just like, get out of here, Zelda needs you. I played video games, I know that reference. What am I supposed to do here? What am I supposed to... The camera is not letting me get a good look at what's going on. What do I do here? Let's see. Can I make it over there?
Where are you supposed to go?
Hey, there we go.
I was supposed to light all these up.
I'm the cleaning lady. Can I take a message?
I think you have to go the other way around the room, anti-clockwise, maybe.
I think
it's a weird feedback.
I think you just. Oh. Who's this fairy?
Yeah, I don't know why I'm thinking about this. I guess it's because you're playing an old game right now, and for some reason my brain unlocked.
What are you talking about? This just came out.
Oh yeah, wait, new game. But I was thinking about it. I'm like, you guys remember playing Billy Hatcher? Anybody play Billy Hatcher?
I never played Billy Hatcher.
No.
Dude, weird. Just popped my brain right now. I don't know why. Next stream, Billy Hatcher.
It's a Sega classic, right?
Yeah, dude. It's like you had like a fucking egg and you would roll on it. It was crazy.
The only time I've played Billy Hatcher is Sega All Stars Racing.
Yeah. It actually wasn't bad. It's kind of a fun game.
Alright. So far, this game is a vast improvement over the 2018 game.
Oh, Zona, I meant to ask you, in this game that we're playing that you've already played through 3 hours of a little bit, is it doing the thing where we've inexplicably forgotten all the abilities that we've unlocked in the last games and have to like re-unlock them, or is it kind of somehow sidestepping that a little bit?
What's an example of an ability you're talking about?
Like, for example, well, as you can see, Mac, I am swinging my blades of chaos around. So yeah, do we start with the blades?
Why would I spoil that?
Well, okay, no. I don't want you to spoil things like that. I'm assuming you do, because why wouldn't you? But what I mean more is like you know, like the combat upgrades where you can hold down this button and you do like an AoE attack. I assume all of those have reset, but any of those that were maybe more fundamental to Kratos' moveset, like have we retained some of that,
we've been here
or are they literally clean slating it?
We have been here 3 times before, so I'm gonna predict what happens. Kratos is gonna die very early into the game, and he's gonna lose all of his abilities, and then he's just gonna bust out of hell because death doesn't mean anything.
Yes, that's a good point.
This would be the 4th time to him.
If you're talking about like fucking, for example, like there's an ability in God of War 1 where you like smash on the ground and then you like pull your axe out, right? And then there's like ice that pops out, right?
Yeah.
That's still one of the first abilities you can unlock. So it's like,
gotcha. Yeah.
I guess he forgets it.
Because I only bring it up because I played Miles Morales and they did a really good job actually not making you re-unlock all of the basic Spidey moves.
Yeah.
And instead, literally everything you unlock is kind of new and kind of unique to Miles as well. Right?
Yeah.
So I really did appreciate that about that game.
Guys, we're back in Tears Temple.
Oh, snap.
We're gonna see a new realm now. Oh no, Glowbox swallowed Atreus.
But yeah, it's weird. I don't know. Yeah, I didn't really think about it too much though. It wasn't that jarring, but yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, there's some that you didn't retain.
I don't really mind it as long as it's not jarring or anything, but yeah.
It wasn't jarring.
I mean, it's something you just like kind of accept, although I will say it is I definitely prefer it when games address it. And so far, like, all the God of Wars have addressed it. There's a reason why you lose all of your abilities in God of War 2 and 3.
It's not addressed. It's not addressed right now. Yeah.
But the best way to do it is to just keep going. Keep the skills and then add more skills. I mean, it's not the best way, but I think it's an interesting way, and it lends itself to very complex systems down the line. If you just start with all the end game shit and then build on top of that. Very few games do it. In fact, only one really springs to mind. It's a little game called Bayonetta. I got a 0%. Oh shit. These graphics are insane. I remember this. I
remember this too. What the fuck?
Is this a Sonic game now? Like, why are we playing Sonic?
Completely forgotten about this. This is dope. Oh god. But my favorite game that does that, like, or rather the best way I've seen it done, where you forget all your abilities, is Kingdom Hearts 2. Because that's like, they basically have an entire game dedicated to explain. Chain of Memories is basically just dedicated to explaining that.
Yeah,
that's true.
And then later down the line, Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance is a game dedicated to explaining why it happens again in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah, they managed to engineer a scenario for Kingdom Hearts 2 where it would be weird if you didn't forget,
exactly,
so to speak, all of your stuff, right?
This is hard.
So
this is not easy.
I never really played a game like that. I mean, well, obviously I played the games that you've just... Well, I played Kingdom Hearts 2, but...
And you played the original God of Wars, right?
Yeah. So, but like... Trying to think of like another one.
I think God of War 2 did it the best in God of War, where Zeus tricks you and he absorbs all of... He makes you empty all of your power into the Blade of Olympus. And then he's like, haha, got you, loser, and then you don't have your abilities anymore. In God of War 3, you just die like 2 minutes into the game, and then like the hands of Hades
you start
just
getting
kind
the
of...
underworld, right?
Yeah, they just kind of take away your shit. The real, like... What really hurts more than taking away your abilities is just seeing your health bar decrease from max. You're like, oh no. And in God of War 2, I swear, your mana bar just disappears. Like, you're just like, no, you don't have mana anymore. You don't have magic. No! Glowbox, save me. You've got a helicopter. Why don't you just helicopter me to...
This is fucking what I miss about old games, like, for, like, kids. Like, old kid games like this. Like this is hard, alright? Yeah. I feel like kid games now are just pretty fucking easy. This is fucking hard looking. Like, it felt like you were, like, rewarded at the end.
Oh my god! So close. I get it now. I know what to do. Yes, no, games have definitely been getting easier, especially kid games. Back in the day, yeah, kid games were merciless. They like...
Yeah.
I guess this isn't necessarily a kid game, but Simpsons Hit and Run, never beat that game. Because the last mission
that's a kid's game.
So insanely hard.
Yeah.
Mate, I'll never forget. I don't remember the name of it, but I've spoken to you guys about it already. There was this like, it was a side scroller Peter Pan game.
Yeah.
I could not get past like the 4th level or something. It was ridiculously hard. I remember being like 7 playing that.
Yeah, a lot of those side scrolling games tended to be very hard. Like, even the original Mario was really hard.
Yeah.
I think about it also, fucking Crash Bandicoot, fucking Crash 3, some of the fucking ice levels, holy shit. Some of those goddamn ice levels, and some of the levels just in Crash Bandicoot are just ungodly hard to like 100%. Holy fuck.
I don't...
To this day.
Like, forget 100%ing. I don't think I beat any of the OG Crashes. Maybe Crash 3? I don't think so.
You didn't play the remake? Or the... Yeah, I guess...
Insane, Twisted Insane trilogy?
Yeah, it was really great. I love that.
I didn't... Yeah. I don't think I even beat Twinsanity, which I really liked.
Twinsanity fucking slapped.
Was a weird game. No, that's the one where you play as Crash and Cortex, and it's like, instead of having missions, it's just all one game. It's like all one level.
Yeah.
And I remember, like, you go to like Nina Cortex's school or something.
Yeah, Crash became like a weird acid trip. Like fucking
Crash of the Titans.
They totally they couldn't figure out their identity for a little bit there. It was really getting fucking weird. Also, Crash Tag Team Racing.
That was dope.
Or not Crash Tag Team Racing. What was it called?
Crash Tag Team Racing, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that was sick. Where you went through like the theme park and shit, right?
Yes, I really loved that game.
Shit.
That was such a fun game.
I loved the shit out of Crash Tag Team Racing as a kid.
A lot of people said it was better than Mario Kart.
Yeah, I'd say that.
Well, they say that the actual game is better than Mario Kart. Tag Team Racing it's like a weird hybrid of old Crash games and racing.
I mean, it was mostly racing, but there were like hub worlds to get to the races.
Yeah, I know that, but like the what's it called? The what is the actual Crash game? That's the
Nitro Kart.
Yeah, Nitro Kart is what everybody fucking like. A lot of people, not everybody, but a lot of people consider it. Yeah, being better than Mario Kart. I think it's
no.
I've
heard people say Tag Team is better than Mario Kart.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
my!
that's what I mean.
Tag Team is awesome.
What? I mean, Tag Team is awesome, but Nitro is just like I don't think
I've ever played Nitro. I've played the I played it on Game Boy. I played the Game Boy version.
People didn't like Tag Team Racing.
Really?
I thought that was like a unanimously bad game. Yeah.
No, it was not. It was a very good game.
I loved it.
Check the.
I thought people hated Tag Team Racing.
Wait, check. One of you check Metacritic. What's the aggregated opinion of this? Oh, I think we're gonna get a new power up. Hey, they're being mean to Glowbox. He's so cute though. Oh man. Oh no, that's a terrible drawing of me. I look nothing like that.
Yeah, Crash Tag Team Racing got a 66 on Metacritic and a 7.8 for users.
That is cringe and wrong.
No, yeah, that's what. And for GameCube, a 7 on GameCube and a 66 for Metascore again.
Okay, this.
Yeah, I don't think Tag Team Racing. I don't think was the one. I think they're talking about Nitro. Nitro is the one that I know that people have said that they like it more than Mario Kart. That's just me though. That's not like that's not what people are fucking. I don't know what the audience says, but I know my friends say that.
Yeah, I never played. It is
see,
called Nitro Kart, right?
Nitro got like 80% and 83% and stuff like that.
Also, depends on the version of Mario Kart we're talking about.
Double Dash is fucking S tier, so I don't think anything beats Double Dash personally. Oh,
so
nothing gets much better than Double Dash.
Was Double Dash at the same time as Tag Team Racing?
Relatively same time, I think. Let me see.
That sounds about right, because it was definitely before. It was PS2, so it was definitely before the Wii.
Yeah.
2005 was Tag Team Racing, and then what was the Double Dash?
Got something to say to me, Glowbox? What are you doing here? What are you doing? Oh!
2 years after.
Look at him.
Double Dash was 2003.
Okay.
And man, Double Dash fucking was just nothing beats Double Dash.
I've never actually played Double Dash.
What?
Yeah.
Oh no!
I've only
that was
played.
my favorite game.
I've only played Mario Kart DS, Wii, and
okay.
I think that's it. DS and Wii.
Wii is my second favorite.
I haven't played 8.
8 is all right.
Oh no, that's right. I also played Mario Kart 7 for 3DS.
That one's better than the actual original DS game. I like that one. I like
it's really good, yeah.
But yeah, Double Dash was fucking just S tier. I think it is the best Mario Kart. So many memories.
So I've noticed that aiming in this game, we actually have a lock-on marker, so you know that you're locked on, which is nice. Where are the lums? Instead of lums, I think I'm next to a barrel of plums.
Plums.
There we go. What happens when Globox eats plums? Oh? Oh god. He can scale the waterfall. This is top tier gameplay, right? Oh god! Shit. Uh-oh, that's not easy. I'm just mashing furiously.
I'm just thinking about it right now. What was the fucking like mid 2000s fucking fetish, the mid 2010s fetish with fucking turning your main furry character into like a werebeast? Because they did it with Sonic and they did it with Crash, right?
Did they do it with Crash? They did do it. Why does that sound familiar? What game was that?
Yeah. You literally said it just like 5 seconds ago. Not 5 seconds ago, but like 2 minutes ago we were talking about it. I'm pretty sure you brought up the title.
Twinsanity?
No, not Twinsanity. Not Twinsanity.
Crash
No,
of the
you said another one. What Crash?
There was a Wrath of Cortex which introduced Crunch. He was big, buff Crash with a robot arm.
Wait, is that what the whole gaming industry has been complaining about? The crunch?
Hey,
character?
yes. Gaming Crunch. He's too derivative of Bionic Commando.
Am I tripping? I really thought there was a Crash game where he like turned into like, yeah. Crash, was it Crash of the Titans or no? That wasn't him. It was somebody else, right?
It sounds familiar, but this might just be a Mandela effect. Because like when I think of distinct like design things, I'm just like, no, that's the Werehog.
Yeah.
But no, it was the Werehog, the Werehog, Twilight Princess. What else did it? It might have just been those two, but I'm sure there are other examples, and I'm pretty sure that Werehog only exists because of Twilight Princess.
Maybe I'm just thinking about the cover of Crash of the Titans. I just be thinking of that.
They redesigned Crash for Crash of the Titans. They gave him some sick tats.
Yeah.
Alright, so far, I am actually enjoying 2 more than this one.
What's the main differentiator so far?
Well, in 2, you go through levels, and you're collecting all the lums. And here, I'm not sure what is a level. Like, it seems to be like, oh, level completed, here's your score, you did terribly. I'm just like, that was a level? Okay. There's no hub world. And it seems like a lot of the collectibles are just like, hit this thing, hit that thing. Whereas in Rayman 2, it was like, you had to find a lot of them. It was platforming challenges, or just like, oh, you weren't looking carefully enough, like, you could go behind this corridor. And there was, I mean, this is still early days, but there was one level in Rayman 2 where there's the lava level where you learn to ride the plums so you can traverse the lava. And it's about like halfway through the level you learn to ride them. And there's been a bunch of lava up until that point. And if you just go backwards, you get on the plum and don't progress, you just start going backwards along the path of lava, then there was like most of the level was actually optional behind you, hidden. And there were just all of these puzzles, a unique enemy, and all that kind of stuff. There's probably stuff like that in this game, but so far it seems to be a more streamlined experience.
Fair enough.
Also, there was the lore. I liked the lore. Also, I'm not the biggest fan of the characters talking. I think I prefer the Rayman.
Yeah, like the traditional Lego games.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think we all missed that for sure.
I wonder if what this game sounds like in different languages as a result. What does Spanish Rayman sound like? What does Russian Globox sound like? Alright, so do I just have to go back and get the red power up again? Get here faster? Yeah, the levels were like... Get on. We're kind of just these like... Oh, they were linear, obviously, but like each room felt like a big playroom with a bunch of hidden things and secrets. Oh no, I didn't need this. I just didn't make the jump. Yay, I'm saving all the teensies. Look at them, these little cute little guys.
You do like this, Rayman stuff. You really should play the Rayman Legends, man. That game fucking slapped.
I don't know how I feel about 2D Rayman. I know he started off as 2D, but...
I love Rayman Legends. I love it. It's so good.
Hey,
I don't love it, but it was so fucking fun.
Uh-oh, I messed up.
I'm pretty sure, like, Rayman Legends, though, unanimously was just a banger.
Yeah, no, I've heard very good things about it. Ooh. Miles Morales. Go home. Got a new king in town. Hey, look at it, look at it. I am the Spider-Man. See, I'm on my spider web. Ow. Getting hit. What a design for Rayman. That's a good one. I wonder what animal he's supposed to be, if any.
Maybe like a rabbit.
Maybe. It's so weird.
Raving rabbits. That would make sense why they're here. I can't believe that Rayman started raving rabbits.
No, that's what I was literally just about to bring that up by saying it's really fucking weird how Ubisoft completely abandoned fucking Rayman, but they took off with the rabbits.
They kept the minions, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is. You're totally right. It's the minion effect.
Yes. And I think I talked about this before, and you guys will hate me, but I actually did when I was a kid, like the first Raving Rabbids.
I hated it. I hated it from like Inception. I was just like, what are these things? And why is it attached to Rayman? I think Rayman Raving Rabbids was the first Rayman game that I like completed.
Yeah, because wasn't Rayman trapped inside the jail cell and you needed to get him out?
Something like that. I barely remember it. I think it was a Wii game, wasn't it?
Yes.
And it heavily relied on the controllers, which I liked. Because I was like, oh, yes. It was like a Mario Party based game. It was fun.
Yeah, something like that. I did not like it. I just don't like the characters of the rabbits. Just these little...
No, yeah, I never gelled with them either.
Hyperactive, annoying shits.
But you're totally right. They're exactly the minions.
They are the minions. The minions just copy the rabbits. The minions.
Yeah.
I never made that connection before. That's a good point.
But I mean, hey, Rabbids is making the comeback because apparently
Mario
Rabbids games are fucking great. And the latest one just came out is great too, apparently.
What is that? Like, how did that happen? Just like, hey, this side character from Rayman, let's have a crossover with Mario.
The guy who fucking... Yeah, the guy who created Rabbids or whatever just really wanted it, I guess. Nothing made sense about it, but I remember like the interviews about like, God, it's been a dream.
I've always wanted the Rabbids to meet Mario.
I mean, I was kind of interested in the new one, but I don't know if I want to deal with Rabbids. At the age of 25.
I like these little comic book sound effects whenever you hit an enemy. Grah! And kapow. But yeah, this is going to be an all-nighter, boys. We're going to go for 7 hours. until we beat this thing.
God of War calls.
God of War. I mean, what did you expect? This is what was going to happen when God of War came out. We all knew we were going to binge it. Oh, does it work like the last game? No.
Did you guys instantaneously love God of War, the first one, when it came out? Or did it take some time for you to get warmed up to it?
You mean 2018?
2018, yeah.
I instantly was invested with like the story and the characters.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't take me long at all. It took me a little bit to warm up to the gameplay and the combat, because the combat was, while good, like it wasn't immediately instantly like gelling with me, but eventually, and then with all the, you know, eventually once you find all the Valkyries and then follow that whole quest line, you know, you have to be in tune with the combat to finish all of that. So by the end I was fine with it. But,
for me, it was the first impression I got from the game was fucking terrible. I was not liking it at first because I decided to like, hey, I'm a God of War vet. I've played all the other games a lot. So let's crank this up to the highest difficulty. And the highest difficulty, I don't know if they've patched it, but it is terribly balanced. It's so fucking annoying in God of War 4. I couldn't beat the first enemy. Like, that's never happened to me in a game where it's so bad, it's so hard that the first grunt enemy you can't get past. So I was just like, that doesn't bode well for the balancing of this game. But so I turned it back to normal difficulty, and then basically as soon as I started throwing my axe around, I was like, oh, this is awesome.
Yeah, exactly. The throwing of the axe, I think, won everybody over.
Yeah.
And I remember watching the developer diaries of the production of the game, and that simple idea of, you know, throwing the axe and then having the second button press to recall it, you know, that wasn't self-evident. They took a lot of time figuring out how that should work. And you know, initially it would come back immediately like a boomerang, right? It would never stay in one place. It was like, should we make it a hold and then a release, right? You know, there's all these different questions that go into it, and they eventually landed upon what it is.
Plus the recalling of like, oh, I threw it that way, so it comes back from that way is really fucking
exactly.
cool.
Yeah. All of those little mechanics, the fact it can hit enemies on the way back, again, not self-evident, not initially in the framework, right? But it's amazing how they realized all these things kind of in the process of just doing it, right?
Goddamn.
Yeah.
No, keep going.
I was just gonna say, none of it came instantly, right? It was literally okay, this sounds like a good idea, let's test it. Let's see what these people think. Let's focus test. Okay, this is good, this is bad. Oh, what if we did this, right? And some of it, like, he had to push for. Like, some of it came straight from Cory Barlog, obviously, but a lot of it obviously would come from his team, his creative leads, and all that stuff. And some of the stuff, like, some people had to really fight for, right? Like, some decisions you'd be like, oh, there's no way that was ever in doubt. It's like, no, that was very much in doubt. That could have been very different.
Yeah. And
cool.
I like one thing I just loved about God of War, and I still love it in this game too, but less so. I don't know, it's weird. I did love, like, in the first game a lot, where you throw the axe and then it's like stuck in someone, and then you're just like, I'm not gonna recall that right now, and I just start beating the shit out of the character. Yeah. I did that, even though it was like maybe not smart to do. I would do it all the time because it's just badass, right? Just like I would get into fucking just handcuff fucking battle. Like little fisticuffs. Yeah, that was fucking great.
What was also cool, it's just a little reference thing. I remember, like, it came out around the time of Endgame or Infinity War, and there were a bunch of Avengers references in it, to the point that Kratos, they basically gave him everything. Like, you could switch between different modes, where obviously normally you're Thor with Thor's hammer, acting exactly as Thor's hammer does. You can throw it away and be Hulk, or you've got Cap's shield, and then later in the game you can get the Infinity Gauntlet if you want, and put all the stones in it and start just vaporizing people.
Plus, the different enemies encouraged you to do that sort of thing, Zona. Like, you know, the enemies you couldn't hit with your axe, you had to punch them, right?
Yeah.
So you would deliberately throw your axe and freeze
one of
the enemies
and
that
then
you could hit with the axe.
If you
no.
Kick them into
then
a wall,
focus on the other guy.
Kill.
That too, yeah, exactly. And you could crowd control that way, right? You'd freeze one dude, or what I'd love is if you threw it at their legs, it would trip them, and they fall, right? Again, such a neat little detail, which in older games wouldn't have been even possible, right? To have that kind of interaction, but. Like, one dude in the office one day was like, what if we threw it at their legs? Shouldn't that make them, like, trip and, like, you know, fall? It's like, oh, that's a good idea. Good job. Good job, Larry. You get pizza for lunch. It's like...
I'm wondering about the enemy variety in this game, because it was pretty lacking in 2018. Not really to the game's detriment, is just definitely didn't have a wide array of enemies, and I'm guessing like the smart thing to do is just keep all of the ones that you already had and just make more.
Yeah, I'd say so. I heard it was better from the one review I listened to. So
no comment.
No comment. Good boy. Good boy.
What am I supposed to do? Ah, I see.
But the other thing I'm just excited for is the fact that it paced itself very well. It kept so many surprises for, like, you know, quite late in the game. You know, different areas you'd go to and different things you'd fight. So I'm looking forward to that in this game. Like, I'm looking forward to things that happen, say, 15 or 20 hours in that you didn't see at all for the first 20 hours, right? And it's just an entirely new enemy or a new zone or a new mechanic that just changes shit, right? Kind of like in the first game.
What I'm looking forward to is, like, from reviews, people are saying, like, there are really fucking big moments, like, in this game. So, like,
I mean, look at this awesome Chains of Olympus gameplay. Right? this is what good OG God of War is about. Look at me. Look at Kratos doing this.
But I'm just thinking about it, like, but like, I see reviewers saying that, but what is gonna be more fucking mind blowing than the fucking Blade of Chaos? You know, like, what are they gonna? So I'm like curious to see, like, what are they gonna do to top it? Like, I am curious. You know,
Loki's gonna pull some trickster shit. My prediction is that Loki's gonna die. And he's going to pull some trickster shit with Kratos. I don't see Loki going forward. People say he could be, you know, they could make the next one's Son of War, and he's the new protagonist. Maybe. I don't know. I
think they're going to do a whole reset again. I don't think they're going to necessarily carry over anyone from this game to whatever they do next. Not even Kratos, perhaps.
I feel like you need Kratos, though.
Yeah, it's not really like this is so different from, like, like the fucking Last of Us. Like, you don't need fucking Joel. You need fucking Kratos, though. like I feel like you really need.
Well, like, for example, Devil May Cry, I think, has poised itself to continue the franchise with a new main character, probably better than any other game I can think of at the moment. Even then, I did a poll on Reddit. I'm just like, would you be disappointed if Dante wasn't the main character in the next game? The majority said yes, obviously. Dante is Devil May Cry. If it's not got Dante in it, it's not Devil May Cry, and I'm probably not going to buy it.
Yeah.
In a sense,
I think that kind of holds for God of War as well. They would need to do a lot in this game. If they are going to carry it forward with Atreus, they need to do a lot in this game to make that, like, palatable. Like, you would need to really kind of get a feel of what Atreus would play like and really click with it, and you'd be like, yeah, this is awesome. Okay, I can see a game going forward like this.
Yeah, I think when they did the thing with the Blades of Chaos before, that was something very much rooted in the history, right? The games of the past, the heritage of the series. You know, if you didn't know what that meant, you know, you were severely missing out, and none of that was set up in this game. It was set up in the previous games. So I think now in this game, what they're going to try and do is, now that they've set up all the scaffolding, all of the structure for these characters, these relationships, they'll try and have that kind of a moment again, or maybe multiple of those moments, but it'll be more like related to what's gone on in the 2018 game and this game, rather than harkening back to something ancient, right? And if they do go down that road and they pull it off, it'll be very impressive, because that would mean they would have set up and paid off something quite strong in just 2 games, right? Not even 2 games, 1 and a bit games, right? Which,
well, there's, I mean, But there are going to be payoffs for the previous games because this game needs to answer the big question that we all had going into God of War 4, which is, the fuck is happening? Like, why the hell is Kratos here? He's dead. Like, how is he not dead? There's no way he could have gotten out of hell because he destroyed hell. So, like, why is he alive? How is he here?
I don't see them answering that, to be honest.
That would be a huge... That's gonna be a problem if they don't answer that.
I think because they have...
that.
I think because they haven't answered it yet. I think if they were gonna address that, they would have addressed that in the first game.
I disagree. I don't think they would have. This is the game they'd have to. Like the first game, it's like
they want to coax you in and show you like, look, it's good that he's alive, and you're just like, you know what? Yes, it is good. This is worth it. Now, why? Why is he alive? How did this happen?
Yeah. Because I feel like with like the new God, like 2018 when it came out, everybody kind of predicted that this is probably gonna be another one. I think that like at least I had that in the back of my head. Like with this one, it's like, okay, do they have to answer it? Like it felt right. Like this has to be about, I don't know. Like there's two questions. It's like what's going on in the world, and then how the fucking Kratos get to this world.
Yeah, how did Kratos get here? How is he alive? And because Athena's still around.
Yeah, which is also fucking weird.
Some of the
she is and she isn't. Right?
Some of the other Greek gods are probably around in the same capacity as her.
Okay, well that's a cool thing. Like for all we know, they're gonna do some kind of end game level mishmash or Spider-Verse thing and bring in the Greek pantheon somehow, or at least a little bit.
But they're gone. Right?
Are they though?
Not all of them. And Athena.
Not all of them. Not all of them. But like, Hell's gone. So when he killed Athena is gone, but not gone. But like every other god from God of War 3 should theoretically be, for the most part, gone. Right?
Yeah. But remember, he had that whole what would you call it, hallucination with Athena, right, in the first game. So.
But the hallucination with Athena is appearing to him the same way that she's been appearing to him. It's consistent with how she appeared in God of War 3.
True.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's. But you know what I'm trying to say? Like, does that? Yeah, like how are the other guys? How do they appear? Because they're dead. They're gone. But Athena is different. Yeah, because in God of War,
Aphrodite is just perfectly alive. She's just chilling.
Yeah, not all the pantheon is dead. Like, but like
Apollo came back and it's just like, what the fuck happened here? Yeah, no, I think because like I'm pretty sure we're going to find out how he got here, and delve more into his relationship with Faye.
Well, if you don't fucking do that in this game, there's really like this is not spoilers of what's going on, but like just watching like like the just what is the purpose of this game? Like I'm just like, you know what I mean? Like it has to be something like that, because like other than that, like what's the driving factor?
Well, I mean that's going to be answered by Thor, right? Thor is trying to kill you because you killed his kids or his brothers or whatever.
Yeah. But still, though, like, I don't know.
But yeah, there's like personal stakes. We don't really have any, so I'm guessing
exactly.
Rely on.
Yeah, exactly. Like, there's gonna be stuff that like happens in the game and in the world and all that shit. Like, there will be reasons to drive it, like the motor to go forward. But like,
it's gonna be mainly to do with Atreus. I mean, that's the end of the story, right? It's him.
Yeah,
it's gonna be the payoff when he turns into an animal. And it's like a banana slug, and you're just like, keep trying, buddy. Ah, secret.
Banana slug. Good job, son. Good job, boy.
Very good.
I will say I'm in the same boat as fucking Nero, where I'm gonna be pretty goddamn disappointed if we don't get fucking answers for Kratos.
Yeah, but like. Was the first game diminished by not knowing that what happened in the time between when we last saw him and when Faye died?
Yeah.
Yes, I think so. I think that was a very present question in my mind the entire time. I was like, so how are we here though?
Yeah, but like, does it really matter?
Yes.
Okay, no. But here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. Okay, maybe in the first game it didn't matter as much, but now that I know there's a fucking second game, it's like I want to have the answer now.
That,
you know what I mean?
Now
I want it.
that I can sort of believe, right?
Yeah,
Because if they're
right?
asking you to quote unquote like commit to this storyline even more, and if you're delving more into his son and all the rest of it, right? Then why not also look back at, like Nero said, you know, his relationship with Faye and the time there, right? Yeah, I can see that being more of a question, right?
But it didn't really diminish it originally.
But I don't say,
remember
like a lot. It definitely didn't diminish it a lot, but it was always a question in my mind. And
sure.
At the end of the game,
at
the end of the game, I was like, oh, so we're just not going to address it.
Yeah, I just don't remember that being a particular point of contention in general. Like when everyone was reviewing the game and talking about it, a few years ago, it was like, it wasn't like a lingering complaint that I heard on everybody's lips, like, but why are we here?
I heard it on some people's, definitely.
I think it was just like, it was so fucking brand new, and there were so many things to occupy your fucking mind that like
it's just really fucking good. So like,
yeah, that's true. Winning cures everything, right?
Yeah,
in a sense.
Yeah. But I think that with the second game, those questions deserve to be answered now because they're warranting a second fucking game of this, and I think that like it didn't diminish it really badly, but I don't know. There's still elements because like the thing is about God of War is these games are stupid as fuck in a sense, but for how stupid and fucking like immature these games used to be, like. A lot of questions got answered. Like things made sense. You know what I mean? There was like I don't know, like they all like fucking meshed well together. They all had a very coherent story going on for the most part. You know, like there was rules to this world, and to have that question not answered, it's like it'd be just kind of weird because I feel like there's rules to the world, in a sense. So to not have that answered, it's like. I don't know, be really dumb, but I'm sure they will answer it, hopefully. Also, just like simple things of like, I don't want to see it, like in a sense, like I don't have to see it, but I do want to see like, what the fuck made Kratos want to like fucking have like another kid, and what like, how did Kratos go from fucking like, I mean, that can be easily explained like without any like background stories, right? But like, why is
that's another thing that like this actually did kind of tick me off a little bit in the first game is like so much of the first game was concerned with I don't want the boy finding out that I killed my father because that will give him ideas, and I'm like bro, you should be a lot more concerned with the fact that you killed your last kid. That's a bit more important. Than you killed your dad.
Agreed.
So I think that needs to come up. Because as far as we know, Atreus doesn't even know that he's not Kratos' first kid, and that what happened to my sister? Oh, I fucking murdered her.
Like.
Oh yeah, he has no idea about his previous life. The only people who know about his previous life were, I assume, Faye. Again, that's an assumption. And he thought other people knew about his past life when Baldur came knocking, right? Because he thought it was him, but it turned out they didn't. So that's another question mark: is how much does Thor and Odin and all those guys actually know of Kratos? Do we even know that yet, right? Or do we just know that they don't like him because he's now messed up their own family's shit, right? All these questions are all interraveled, and I do agree. Now that I think about it, that has to come up. They don't have to come at it from the angle of why is Kratos here in the first place? That doesn't have to be the angle, but they will address effectively the reason for that. Through his relationship with Faye, through his relationship with.
I think they're going to address that with Thor. I think that's what it's going to be because because Agni and Ruda, I don't know, Loki and Modi, whatever the two fat fucks that we killed were called. They're just like, oh, who's this guy? And then you beat the crap out of them. And then Thor comes up at your doorstep. And I feel like his first question, who the fuck are you? Where the hell did you come from? How did you get here? Like, those are the questions you'd be asking. What am I supposed to do here? Do I like lead? Oh, ow.
You have to trundle around.
Like, Uh-oh, I'm flat, Rayman. Okay, I can't lead him to the middle. I need to, like, lead him around so I can go... Yeah, grab the power up in the middle. Ah! No, no, no. No, you don't. Okay. Come on. What? Okay. Guess we've got, like, a range. Come on. Come, big guy, come around. Oh, man. This is harder than the Valkyrie Queen. I wonder what if this game is going to have a Valkyrie equivalent. I'm assuming it would, but like, what are they going to be? Are they just going to be the Valkyries again? Different Valkyries?
Oh, they can't be the Valkyries again. We literally killed them all. Well, released them all, right? So.
But not the Valkyrie Queen. Because Freya is the true queen of the Valkyries that she like, and she gave up on her warrior spirit, and then at the very end of the game, there's a little piece of hidden dialogue with Mimir after you return the ashes. It's like, while you were gone in Jotunheim, Freya came and she was talking about like getting back her warrior spirit.
Good point. As far as we know, she's now an antagonist to Kratos. So
I mean, absolutely, we killed her kid.
That was very apparent from the last fucking lines of that game.
But I mean, like,
wow, some great acting. Her acting at the end of that fucking game was so fucking powerful. Just like, I'm like, her just being like, I'm gonna kill you.
Bitch, I killed my own kids. Like, whatever. Don't take it personal. Yeah. I do this to everyone. I'm just a kid killer. It's me, Kratos. You love me. I killed Kronos, and then I killed his kid. You know, everyone is everyone's kid. So every person I kill is a kid to someone. You think you're so special.
We will see.
You guys think that in this game, like, you were talking about the very end, like, an Avengers type thing or something, like, I don't know, like an Endgame type thing, where there's a mashup of, I hope not either. I hope not either.
That sounds really cringe.
A mashup of, like, fucking Greek gods and this. Do you think in this game we're gonna see any other religions?
I think at the end, we might.
No, I don't.
At the end, we might go to Egypt.
Dude, I'm so on that. I'm so on that fucking Nero. I really think we're gonna get Egyptian gods at some point in this fucking game. Maybe a hint or something.
To be fair, when we were in, I think it was Tyr's vault or something, we found those relics from the Greeks.
And it's been
in the last game.
I'm pretty sure it's been confirmed that the next one is Egypt.
Yeah, well, that's what it was originally supposed to be.
So we could see stuff. That is a good point. But I don't know if they would.
I don't know if they will. It's either going to end with the implication that we're going to Egypt, or it's going to end with us in Egypt somehow. And that's how one of the ways I think we're going to learn how the mechanics of this all works. How did Kratos get to Norseland? It will be in a similar vein to how he gets to Egypt land at the end of this.
I'm just curious to see if that will be the case, because I'm just thinking about God of War fucking 2018, and like at the end of the game, it's open world. You can do whatever the fuck you want, right? And it's like set with the we can go, like, you know, we can go, let's go back home kind of thing, you know. I wonder how this game is gonna end. I assume that it's gonna be the same kind of thing where it's like you can still traverse the world and shit like that, but like I don't know. I don't see it like ending and you're somewhere else. Or maybe you go there for a second, you're like, we gotta go back home. You know, I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, yeah, true.
So I have no idea.
Yeah, we'll see.
Fingers crossed. Fingers fucking crossed. I mean, I loved how they did it in God of War 1. In 2018. I love how they did it in 2018, where it's like, you know, it was cool. Like, let's go back home. You know, you knew there was gonna be a second game coming. I hope for this one, it is a point of no return. You just go back. I really fucking hope it is that.
What do you mean?
Kinda. Point of no return, as in like once you beat the game, you go back to before the point of no return.
Oh yeah.
I kind of hope it's that.
Yeah. Like
I kind of hope it's that. I hope that like it's like it would be really cool if it's like ends up like in Egypt or something, or there's a fucking crazy ass ending, and it's not like that. It's like okay, like we're back before the point of no return. I'm fine with that. I don't give a fuck about immersion in that sense. Like it was cool in the first game, but I kind of hope it's in the second game like that, because like I don't want it to be like oh yeah, we go back home again. I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say? I don't know.
No, it can't. It won't end like that unless they genuinely are going for, a peaceful ending, whatever that means.
Yeah, right. Like, I don't know.
Which is possible, but I mean, it depends. It depends where they want to go next, like you said.
Hopefully, point of no return is the thing, though. I do want that. Do you guys mind that or no?
No. It kind of depends.
Yeah.
It depends off. Again, winning cures everything. If it's a good ending, it's like okay, good. Like.
Yeah, I tend not to like when games boot you to before the final boss. I tend to prefer post game. But yeah, it depends on how they do it. Well, something they could do is how they did it in God of War 1, where like you don't have to return home. That's not the end of the game. That's technically like the post game, right? Like the credits rolled before that. So you finish the game and then like the door to Egypt is open and then you can go through it for like a post credit scene, but then it ends and it boots you back to post game.
Yeah, that's how I think that would happen. Okay, yeah, that's or like a peak. And yeah, it's like like that would be fine. It's like it's kind of like Jotunheim. Like you take like a peek at it and it's like we got to go there in the next 10 days. I don't know. Something like that would be cool.
I'm still not entirely sure if the sequence where you get a glimpse of Thor at the end of the first game was real or if that was a dream they had or something. I forget.
I think it's real.
Well, I don't know yet. Again, I don't say anything.
I'm not saying anything.
We'll see if it's real or not, because I remember them saying, "Oh, many years wasn't there?" It was like a flash forward. It was like many years later, and then they wake up.
I think it was 1 year later. I vaguely remember this. Holy shit! Poor glow box. I do remember this. Holy crap!
I think it would be funny if this game, again, Zona, don't say anything, but I just think it would be funny if this game started with another Norse god knocking on their door and being like, "Excuse me, I got a bone to pick with you," and then Kratos is like, "Not again." Just leave us alone.
Just
no comments.
We've been through this already. Like, I can totally see them doing that.
You've got the wrong house.
Or even better,
my name is Curtis.
Yeah. Even better, Atreus answers the door, and it's like his turn to slap the guy, right, who comes knocking.
Oh boy.
No
comments.
We'll see. No comments.
All I gotta say is I'm so excited to have a little bit of a discussion.
Yeah. Well, in fact, by the time
I'm Curtis, god of turning strangers at my door away. Can you fuck off? It's like, oh, totally fair. Never mind. Sorry. Either that or I'm Curtis, god of hospitality. Would you like some tea?
Oh no, I've just been doing some side quests and God, am I hooked? So I think this is gonna take me a long time to beat this game.
Yeah, I wonder as well if it's gonna be longer than significantly longer than the first game or not. Or if
probably a bit longer. I don't know.
Because if you look at a game like, I know Miles Morales wasn't a full-blown sequel, it was more like a 1.5, but that's a much smaller game, so...
I don't think I got anywhere in this fucking game yet. I just just doing side shit. It's fun. It's really good. I love that shit.
Yes, but if people can sense a hint of saltiness in my voice, that's because I am salty at this game. It came out at the worst fucking time. I don't want to stop playing Bayonetta, but at the same time, like, there's I know that it's gonna be spoiled for me if I don't like finish it immediately.
Yep, 100%.
And like I also I am more excited. I was more excited for Bayonetta and Sonic Frontiers than this. I've been waiting for a lot longer for a new Sonic game. I've been waiting a lot longer for a new Bayo game, but you know, because those aren't, well, Sonic, I don't really care if it gets spoiled, whatever. But you know, like Bayo, it's niche to the point that it probably wouldn't have been that badly spoiled to me. Regardless, I still wanted to beat it, but like I'm still very firmly in the Bayonetta zone where I'm just like I'm having so much fun playing it, and like, you know, you get into the groove of it, and I'm still in the learning phase. So it's kind of annoying to put that down. If this game came out a month later, that would be perfect. But yeah, no, now it just because of how hype it is and knowing that it will be spoiled to me, it feels more like an obligation right now than finally. I'm like, you couldn't have waited just a little bit, just a wee bit.
Yeah, God, this game feels like a movie though, man.
They're doing the same thing. Zona, they're doing the same thing they did in the first game, right? Where the camera kind of doesn't cut and like follows everyone.
Yeah,
I assume. Like,
and I'm assuming that they've finally figured out what they were doing with what they wanted to do with the upgrade system, where like when you pause and upgrade your axe, it's just Kratos pulling out his axe.
Don't say anything.
I'm hoping they solved that, because like either that or make much better UI, because I really didn't like the UI of the God of War. It looked very Ubisofty.
Yeah. We shall see.
But I don't know if you heard me talking to Max about it, Nero. I'm right now playing on the soundbar.
Yes, I did hear that.
God, dude, let me tell you, like, I mean, like, I'm not like saying like, fuck you guys for using headphones and stuff, but like, dude, playing on this soundbar is fucking insane. Like, every fucking punch is like, the house is fucking shaking, dude. It's so sick. I don't know. It's really worth it. It's so fucking cool.
All right, we are going to take a short 3-minute break right now as I check the download status of God of War.
Yeah. Then we proceed to end the stream.
Oh,
I can't. That's another thing. I can't wait for the music.
You reminded me of another thing. That's another thing. I was waiting for something in God of War 4 that never happened, and that was the music. I was waiting for it to commit and do the theme, but it never did the theme, and I'm just like, I want the theme. I want that build up where Kratos gets fucking mad. He has his blades, and then you just hear dun da dun da da dun dun da dun da da dun, and then you know, like,
because they cuffed you with it.
They did. They kept baiting it. They baited it so hard.
Yeah, they cuck you pretty hard with it, because they have it, and then like it's like
Kylo Ren's theme. It's like Kylo Ren's theme to the Imperial March. It's like kinda, it's not though. Like you can feel like it could kind of build into the Imperial March.
Yeah. With that being said, I do love Bear McCreary's fucking soundtrack of these games.
Oh yeah,
really fucking awesome.
No, it was really good.
He is awesome. He is an awesome composer, and I think that this game already has.
That was one of the highlights. Honestly, that was one of the actual highlights. The music and the way they use the music as well. Even the ambient music was good, and then in the real hard-hitting story moments, that's just great.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, just fantastic.
Okay, so I don't have my thing connected. Is there a way to check on the PS app? I could have sworn there was a way to check like your download status.
Oh no.
It gives you a notification when it's like ready to play.
Okay, it's ready to play.
But that just means that it's past the point where you can play it, not fully installed.
It's a big game. It's a Chungus game. I should have pre-ordered yesterday.
Yeah, I pre-ordered it and I downloaded it into fucking.
The thing is, I was planning on a trip to New York in 2 days, so like I had already thought like I'm not gonna play it until I get back. But the plans kind of fell through, given that I still didn't have my tickets yesterday, and so I decided I'm gonna postpone the trip and get much cheaper tickets
and play God of War.
and then I realized, oh shit, I could play God of War now, and I didn't start downloading it until this morning.
Yeah, not saying it was not your fault, but I was physically cringing when you said that I'm not gonna play it till probably the end of like the month. That sounds like hell for you, man. Like, it wasn't your fault, but it kind of sounded like hell.
Yeah,
I would have just.
Jemmy's put himself in a really awkward position.
Why? What is he doing?
I don't know. Like he started playing Hollow Knight.
Yeah,
and I'm like, bro.
That's like, not the best game to just begin now.
It's I'll go out and say it. Hollow Knight's a lot better than God of War 4. Like you're not gonna want to stop playing it for God of War, and then it's gonna be spoiled for you. This is not a good time to start Hollow Knight.
Yeah.
But talking to him, oh my god, he's been plowing through it. He's so far into it. I think when he's not like doing his job stuff, he's basically just been playing Hollow Knight.
I've seen him, grinding the shit out of it.
Speaking of that, Silk Song is set to come out soon next year.
Oh man, that's gonna be so good.
Silk Song.
I think now that Bayo and God of War are out, I think that's the next one. That's the next game I'm waiting for.
Yeah.
Next game I'm waiting for. Oh god.
What kind of boss fight is this? What the hell?
What is it?
Try bending your shots around the
You're
thing.
right. Wham!
Like strafe and shit. There you go.
You got her.
Yeah. Go counter to the opposite direction he's running in, and then it'll hit him.
The problem is like it keeps
Lock on is janky.
Locking onto the cauldron for some reason. There we go. I got you. You dirty rat.
This is the only reason they introduced that bending the shot feature. we're gonna have a round boss fight, all right.
I'm excited for the Game Awards to almost be soon. And fingers crossed
It's just gonna be Elden Ring. It's just everything's gonna be. Oh, she turned me into a frog. No. Elden Ring's gonna.
Ring. Which
luckily,
it should be
luckily,
probably. But...
Luckily, there's competition. I'm actually torn because in terms of just raw action, yes, Bayonetta is better, but as a cohesive whole package where I think everything fits together, Sifu is probably better.
Oh, Sifu! I forgot about
Sifu doesn't have a shit story.
I mean, Sifu doesn't have much of a story.
Yeah, it doesn't have much of a story, but it's not actively bad.
If anyone's listening who hasn't played Sifu, go try that.
Play
as well.
Sifu.
Excellent. Really good. Especially now, since we finished playing it, they've added a lot of stuff. They've added more options in the menus. They've added challenge runs. They've added costumes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's more expensive, and I believe it just came out on the Switch. So if you're a Switch person,
yeah, I was met up with a friend I haven't seen in a long time, and this guy is I refer to him as the king of games because he's just really, really fucking good at games. Like any fighting game you're good at, any competitive game you're good at, give it to him, play against him. He'll be better than you after 3 or 4 rounds. He'll start beating you, and yeah, so he's very good at games. And so I've constantly been trying to get him into stylish action because I'm just I know if he gets into it, he'll love it. His favorite games are Arkham.
Oh yeah.
Part of the reason is because he's a huge comic book fan, but he likes the combat. And I met up with him the other day, and he played Sifu, and we talked about it, and he said best combat I've ever played in a game, and I was like, oh my god, play.
Has he not played Sekiro either?
Yeah, exactly. He hasn't played Sekiro. Play Sekiro. Play Devil May Cry. Play Bayonetta, please.
Has he played Spider-Man? Because if he likes Arkham, that's
he loved Spider-Man, of course.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But he's Batman is his favorite superhero, so he's gonna choose Arkham over Spider-Man. Plus, I think it is fair in some regards to be well, a lot of what makes Spider-Man as great was spearheaded by Arkham.
Oh yeah, that laid so much of the groundwork.
Exactly.
Spider-Man just kind of put its own twist on it, basically. Yeah. And I'm hoping to segue into a different game we haven't spoken about yet.
Arkham
Forspoken.
Knights? Oh,
We haven't Forspoken about it yet.
that's Forspoken. But wait, before that, Arkham Knights, huh?
Oh yeah, that's not good.
Yeah. Have you seen like side-by-side comparisons? City looks
Yes.
better.
Yes.
It's embarrassing.
It's easily City looks better, and got Knight, like Arkham Knight, looks
Of course, Knight looks better.
just ridiculously better.
What were they thinking? And like, what happened to the Arkham games? They were dope. Where are they?
I think no, the real Rocksteady is working on
Yeah, Rocksteady's not working on it.
Suicide Squad?
Suicide Squad game, exactly. Which also looks very different, but at least it'll be like that's them, right? So the expertise will be there. I don't know who the hell was in charge of this. I mean,
There we
Not
go.
Montreal.
There we go.
WB Montreal.
I had to
Oh,
turn.
nice.
I had to turn the bitch into a frog.
Pretty sure. Whenever WB Montreal takes it up, it's always bad, right? Origins fucking
Yeah.
sucked ass.
yeah.
Actually, Origins was kind of cool, but
Origins
it
was
bad.
fine in terms of the world
Yeah,
and like the
yeah.
exploration,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
every other
Yeah.
aspect was awful.
Exactly, yeah. Like the like there's some cool like villains and shit like in Origins that was pretty unique and shit. But like yeah, other than that, like that game sucked. But yeah, Rocksteady, whenever they're at the helm, I mean Knight is just kind of like I didn't love Arkham Knight.
No, neither did I, but it looked great, and this.
Yeah, it
game-
looks great. Yeah.
All I remember, I never played Arkham Knight, but my roommate was playing it, and I just remember him saying like, "How the fuck did Riddler build all of these racetracks under the city?"
Oh my god, yeah. The fucking dude, the Batmobile was the worst fucking addition to that fucking game. I hated the Batmobile missions.
It's just
tank missions were so
overused.
bad.
It's just
Yeah.
overused. Like if that had been like 10% of the missions, that would have been actually kind of cool, right? A nice,
Yeah, it would have been cool actually. Yeah.
nice,
yeah.
nice break, a nice change, right? And the idea was fun. Like you get overwhelmed with drones and they shoot lines and it's almost like a bullet hell and you have to avoid them and shoot back and like that's neat. It's a neat idea. They just completely lent into it far too much.
And the thing that sucks is it was just a retelling of one of the best Batman stories in a mediocre way. It's like, bruh, why would you do Under the Red Hood like that? Because that's what it was. It was Under the Red Hood, which is one of the best Batman stories, but it was just so fucking not it.
Here's the funny thing.
Mhm.
Arguably, the best stories they told in those games was Arkham Knight. Not best as in best executed, but best as in the story they're adapting.
Oh,
Was
it
Arkham
was
Knight
it's Council of
and Arkham
Owls,
Origins.
right, or something of Owls, Court of Owls.
No. Wait, we're talking about Arkham Knight.
Oh wait, no, this one is Court of Owls. That's right.
Yes.
Well, no, Court of Owls. That is my favorite Batman story. This is almost everybody's favorite, I think. But like,
it's what a lot of
they're
people
butchering
say.
that.
It's their favorite, and that's what this new one is adapting apparently.
yeah. I mean,
But I still maintain that Arkham Origins wasn't even made by the Rocksteady team, right? They don't consider it part of the trilogy because it's technically.
yeah. Mhm.
That's my favorite story in any of the games.
Origins.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm
was-
trying to say.
Max,
Origins
Mac
was
was so hype about it. He made me play through the ending, and yeah, it was really cool.
No. Origins, like that's what I was trying to allude to, right?
And
Origins
the game isn't even that bad. And in fact, it introduced something I really liked, which was a scoring system for every combat encounter you get into.
Really, that's
Yes.
good.
So you can
yeah,
tell
we needed that.
how much of a Batman were you in that fight? Did you use gadgets? Were you stealthy, or did you take them all out really quickly?
Yeah.
Or did you get hit at all? And if not, you get bonus points. And it's like, yes, please.
Yes.
And they kept that for Night, if I'm not mistaken. They've changed it a bit for Night.
Yeah.
It's not quite the same, but they basically kept it, and I was
And-
happy with that.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but Deathstroke is in Origins, right?
Yes.
And he's generally considered the best boss in the series.
Yes.
It was pretty cool, yeah. Yeah, they did not do well with bosses in that game. In those games,
In any
in
of the
general.
games, yeah. Those
Yeah.
the Mr. Freeze fight was novel. That was cool.
Yeah,
I liked it.
That was fun.
Scarecrow was 10 out of 10.
It was
but that's not really
Scarecrow was
considered
cool.
boss fight.
Scarecrow was cool.
That was my favorite. One of my favorite video game moments of all time was Arkham Asylum. First time you go up against Scarecrow, so fucking creepy and so fucking cool. I just love that shit.
That's less of a boss fight and more of a
cinematic sequence,
right? Like a
yeah.
cinematic sequence, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
but I fucking love that shit.
For its cinematic value and its theme. Oh, the Mad Hatter in City.
Mm-hmm.
That whole quest line.
Were you fighting like a bunch of bunnies or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
He puts a bunny mask on you.
Yes.
So you're basically like brainwashed, and you're fighting other masked people, I think, if I remember correctly. And yeah, that was just really, and the whole sequence, you're on a clock face, and the face is like it's like falling through the air, and yeah, it's great. The whole Ra's al Ghul sequence was pretty good as well.
That was a good one. I do remember liking that. Then there was, I remember Clayface not being very good.
Yeah.
Nope.
It was just okay, and I never actually
Penguin was a bit yeah.
Never actually beat Asylum, but you always hear about how like they kind of shit the bed with just big Joker.
Yeah, because they did in Asylum. I'm pretty sure they just like baned him, right?
They gave him venom.
One thing I really fucking loved about those games that I don't know how many games do it now. I can't think of a game recently that's done this, but I loved in fucking Asylum and in City. I don't know if they did it in Night, but whenever you died from a boss, like they like talk shit to you in the death screen.
Yes.
Love that shit, dude.
I forgot about that.
Love that shit. It's so
good.
fucking unique and cool. Yeah, like I love whenever you die to them, they just talk shit to you. They're like, man, it's so good, dude.
You call that a Batman? I expected more.
It's so good, dude. I miss that shit.
Yeah, that was great. I think they did that in Origins as well.
Yeah.
I think they just did it in every game since they started. They started it in City, right? That wasn't in Asylum, or was it?
I don't remember.
Asylum. I think it was in Asylum as well.
It might have been. It might have been, but it was definitely in City onwards.
Yeah, 100% City. Yeah.
Yeah, those games were great, and
best character design too, and like I think out of any of the Batman media, I think it has the best looking characters. Like they look great. All of them do.
But yeah, so
costumes. Anyways, but yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna segue into talking about Forspoken.
I don't know anything about Forspoken except that it looks really, really fun. The character looks really, really cringe, and I'm probably gonna really enjoy it. That's my my take.
The thing is, and I never thought I'd say this. I actually don't think it looks a million miles away from what Sonic Frontiers is going for.
Yeah, I can see that.
In its general design, right? I think it's a game with a large open world, which is designed for you to run
parkour
and,
like
and
a
traverse
magical
madman.
madman.
Yes, and use your combat / traversal abilities to basically funnel you from point to point to point to point, and kind of like how Spider-Man incorporated some movement abilities into the combat, like your dodge and your swinging. I think Forspoken is going to do that as well, where like movements in combat you can actually probably adapt for traversal and vice versa, which is kind of neat. And we'll see how that goes, but that's coming out pretty soon as well, isn't it? Is it late this year or early next year?
Early next year. I do think it is delayed. To check, it might be as late as April.
Yeah, I'll check.
It might be February though. I'm getting my dates muddled.
Oh no, it's January.
Oh hell yeah! It's coming
late January.
Do you believe it though? I'm always very skeptical with Square.
If it gets delayed, it'll get delayed by a week or two, but because when you get this close, it doesn't get delayed by months, right? At most, maybe 1 month, or maybe a few weeks. Because remember when they delayed Elden Ring,
especially because I'm assuming it's going to be shipping soon anyway. Like,
yeah. And then 15 days later, 2 weeks later, we have Hogwarts Legacy.
And in between that, we got Callisto Protocol and Dead Space.
That's the fucking. What I'm looking forward to. It's Callisto Protocol.
Both releasing?
like a month from each other. Yeah.
Wow.
Dude, Callisto Protocol. That's the game I'm looking forward to next.
You know what?
God,
I would be down if if we're still doing this. Then I'd be down for one of us to like stream that. The Dead Space or the Callisto Protocol. I know we all want to probably play them.
Ooh! One of us could stream one, and the other one could stream the other. And we could compare them.
Yeah, or we just decide which one would we rather. Which one do we not mind?
Dead Space.
Watching.
I think Dead Space would be the one that none of us would mind seeing.
We've already played Dead Space, so we know.
I never beat
So,
Dead Space because, as a young fresh lad, there was one thing in video games that I hated more than anything else, and that was fucking turret sections. I was terrible at aiming turrets, and probably 8 hours into the game, there's a turret segment that you just need to get. I think you need to destroy a bunch of asteroids to progress, and I couldn't do it, so I was like, all right, I guess I'm not playing this game. Beat Dead Space 2 though, that was fantastic.
So here's a question for you guys: if this remake is well received, do they go on to remake the second one, and in so doing, start to maybe fix issues people had with the second one and all that?
What issues did people have with the second one?
I don't think anybody had issues with the second one. People had issues with the third one.
The second one was the Golden Boy.
Everyone said no. Mass Effect 2 was the golden boy of the Mass Effect trilogy. Dead Space 2 was not. Dead Space 1 is considered the best game.
No, Dead Space 2. I think Dead Space 2 is
Dead Space 2 is beloved. Yeah, I've heard many people. I've heard people say that Dead Space 1 is better in terms of atmosphere.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But Dead Space 2 mechanically step up in literally every way, and it was a really good game. Dead Space 3 completely shat the bed, though. Everyone hated Dead Space 3.
Yeah. I just remember them being different. I remember Mass Effect having... The second Mass Effect was the one everyone loves. But Dead Space, it was the first Dead Space. Because everyone said the second one, whilst mechanically more modern, lost a bit of the atmosphere and it got more action-y, kind of, in a sense, and therefore less survival horror-y.
Yeah, that's fair.
Right? So I'm sure it's still good. And nowhere near as bad as, say, the third one was. But imagine
I honestly, I don't know. I never even played the third one. I don't even know what's wrong with it.
I think I played a little bit of the third one at a friend's house, and it was bad.
Also, I think back in the days where we all used to go to a shop and buy games physically, and look at the shelves and see what looked cool, right? I think Dead Space had one of the best covers.
Yes.
The arm.
Yeah, just the severed hand floating in space. I mean, it's just that told you everything you kind of needed to know. It reminded me of Left 4 Dead, right? It's
wait. Did Dead Space 2? Was it just the arm floating, but he's holding up a peace sign?
Pretty sure Dead Space 2 was I think it was just the back of Isaac's head.
Yeah. Once they got to 2, I think they just showed the character, right?
No, just Isaac's face.
Pause for a minute. I'm pretty sure I have the box somewhere. Let me just check.
No, it's just a mask. It's just his mask, right?
Oh yeah, it might have been his head. Yeah.
I think it's just a mask. And I think Dead Space 3 was a full shot of him. Let me see. Yeah, 2 was his mask. 3 was just him standing.
See, they telegraphed it. The front cover's got more boring. And so did the game. Speaking of, I don't remember, what was the front cover of the first of God of War 2018?
Cover of God of War 2018.
Dad and boy on boat. Dad and boy on a boat.
Oh, yeah, dad and boy on boat.
Yeah.
Whereas, see, I think the cover for Ragnarok is worse because it's just both of them stood holding their weapons. They're not even in an interesting pose. It's just here we are.
Well, they're facing Ragnarok, man.
Well, actually, that's...
Yes, but they're not even in an action pose where Kratos is taking a swing or Atreus has his arrow knocked and ready to shoot. Nothing. They're just stood there. It's almost like a T pose, right? They're not T posing, but they have their arms by their sides.
T posing.
Well, no, it is just a bit dull. I'm the kind of person when I buy a physical game, for Nero Automata, and you open the box and you see that on the inside, the cover is reversible. Miles Morales had this as well. The cover is reversible, and and on the other side there's a much more graphic, not graphic, but a graphic design. It's more like an art piece. I'll always flip it round and look at that instead, because
So funny.
Miles Morales one is great.
It's funny you say that because I just went up to get the God of War 3 cover, which is just like a close up on Kratos' eye.
Yeah.
And you said, oh, on the back there'd be alternate art. I was like, is there alternate? Oh, fuck me, there is alternate art on the inside, and it's really cool. It's like a little Kratos just standing in front of a hellscape with giants, like the Titans.
Oh.
And a crumbling Olympus. Yeah, it looks really cool.
Oh, there is actually alternate art on this Game of Thrones one as well. Shit, cool. I'm reversing it right now. Oh, thank you, game.
But yeah, no, the Dead Space 1 cover was very, like, we talk about Dark Souls, the balls on them just throwing their final boss like as on the front cover. But,
yes.
This is like
the final boss of the DLC, no less.
No.
Well, no. It was the area of the DLC.
Area of the DLC final boss of the game.
Yeah.
Dead Space is just like we put the ending of the game on the front cover.
Yeah.
Callisto Protocol, though, baby. Woo!
Oh yeah, so that's even more exciting because that's literally what the Dead Space people working on their own original property, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's that, and I also forgot another game that I'm excited for that's coming out literally next week is Somerville or whatever. The guys who made Playdead games, like people from Playdead, is making that game. I'm excited for that. That's next week. So the guys who made fucking Inside and Limbo.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not by Playdead, but people who made Inside and Limbo. It's like a side project.
I was never a fan of those personally, but yeah, they did quite well.
God, I loved Inside and Limbo. Those games are great.
I never played Inside. I played Limbo.
I think they're a little bit like overrated.
Hot
take. I know. Roast me.
It's a hot take. It's not really a game. It's more of like a experience. So I can see where you're coming from, like in the sense where it's not really a game. It's kind of just.
No. I've played many games that aren't really games, right? And I love them.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to use that as an excuse against it or anything.
It's no Dead Tree of Ranchiona.
Exactly, but I don't know. I've seen it. I've seen gameplay of it, and I've played some of it, and it's just. It's like cool. I see what they're going for. I'm sure it's very good, But I mean, why is it getting all of like these awards and people?
Very unique and creative. Like just kind of like storytelling though, environmental. Yeah.
Is it though?
Yeah. What are you talking about? Especially inside. Especially inside.
Side scrolling like.
Yeah,
I can't
immersive story.
I can't speak to Inside, but I do side with Mac here when it comes to Limbo. I'm just like, it's called Limbo, and that's why it never ends, and it just goes back to the beginning at the end, and it's black.
Inside is definitely unique and creative.
Black and white, cool. Like that's a cool aesthetic. I like it.
I'm not arguing that it's not, somewhat like obviously it's very creative and it's no other game looks like Inside. I mean, it's doing something right.
Yeah.
But like, does it deserve all of the buzz it got and all of the acclaim?
100%. Yeah, I do.
I don't think so. Like, it's just
you
not
don't.
That deep.
You don't think so?
It's not that deep. It's a
pretty
good
creative.
game. It's not like holy shit, best indie game ever kind of game. I mean, just no, sorry.
Well, I don't think people are saying that, but I think that it definitely deserves the praise when they are.
I'm gonna look up the Steam reviews. Look up the Steam reviews for Inside.
I think Inside definitely deserves it.
Where's
I do love Limbo.
I want to play Outside.
Inside to this day gets like, it's like 96% overwhelmingly positive on Steam.
There's got to be a reason.
no, obviously people like it. I'm not saying it's not a good game. I'm just saying I think it's overhyped and overrated generally, right?
Okay, you do. Yeah. I think that it's pretty fucking creative.
That doesn't mean it's not good. Like a game can be, overrated as a 10 out of 10, but it could still be like a 9 out of 10.
Overrated to you, Max. I think it's perfectly right.
No, I'm gonna stoke the fans. Limbo is mid.
Well, I would not say that either.
Okay, but like compare it to Hollow Knight, right? Which is another sort of indie game that's 2D and has and all. I mean, I know it's not at all the same kind of game, but like just compare those two. Hollow Knight deserves everything it's received
and more
because of. All of
These are such different fucking games, though. That's why indie games are really hard to like it's really hard to be like, oh yeah, an indie game versus this indie game, because they're all so different.
I know they're different. I'm just comparing the receptions and the amount of buzz and talk and acclaim that they both got. And obviously Hollow Knight got shit tons of acclaim, but I feel like Hollow Knight still to this day is much more niche, much more underground, much more unknown still. Whereas Inside, like every outlet talks about Inside to this day. When you look at a Watch Mojo video of top 10 indie games from the last decade.
That was your
Inside
first mistake.
They're pretty much evenly matched. I think they're pretty evenly matched. Like for that. I don't.
That was your first mistake, Max, watching a Watch Mojo video.
I know.
Yeah, that's number one mistake there, but I think
using
that
it as a cultural reference point, right?
No, I think Hollow Knight is on the same par as fucking known about as Inside. I feel like they're pretty much fucking even, especially with all like the fucking like Hollow Knight at this point is like fucking like obviously not that big, but it had the same effect as like the Half-Life 3 thing is when the fuck is Silk Song coming out.
All right,
like everybody was talking that.
Let's accept your premise, right, and just say yes, they're the same amount of known. Hollow Knight should be way like more acclaimed because it's so much better. Well, there's so much more going on. It's
pretty acclaimed. I think they're both pretty rated.
Here's what I'll say. Limbo and I can't speak on Inside. I really don't know much about it, but Limbo has the same energy as Last of Us.
Limbo has the same energy. What does that mean, Nero? What does that mean?
That it's a good game that is overhyped for the experience and not for the gameplay.
I mean, yeah, wait, but I don't think they're overhyped. I think they're worth the hype. They're both fucking like.
No. Hollow Knight is worth the hype. Inside is not. It's just like.
They're so different. I can't explain how they're different.
I don't care that they're different.
Well,
they are though. I don't know.
Worth the hype. Worth the hype is worth the hype is a weird way to say it because Last of Us, is it worth playing? Yes. Is it overhyped? I think so, but it's still worth playing. I would still recommend people play that. It's just the way people talk about it is it's the best game ever made, revolutionized storytelling in video games. I'm like, no. It's a pretty good,
it's not overhyped.
It's a pretty good game. It's a pretty good game with a very good story for a video game.
If it was just critics sucking it, it'd be different. But if the fucking general audience thinks it's also that good,
that's what makes it overhyped. Is that like the masses?
So.
The masses are brainwashed. They haven't played good games. They've never played Devil May Cry, and they don't know.
Look. The fact that
I'm gonna say Devil May Cry is overrated.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It's just your audience you're talking to.
Zona, the fact that Inside is not it's not focusing on gameplay, right? It's so easy to play. It's very accessible. It means that
it's not really a game.
Shit tons of people have played it, right? So by its very nature, it has a larger sample size, and because it is good and it is effective in what it's trying to do, it's got a lot of acclaim. However, this is the age-old debate of how you compare games, right? It's apples and oranges. When you compare what Limbo is doing and what Hollow Knight is doing, I'd say Hollow Knight bats higher and reaches further and has as much success, if not more, in what it's trying to do than Limbo has, Inside has in what it's trying to do, and therefore, relatively speaking, Hollow Knight is winning the race, so to speak, and should therefore have more acclaim than Inside, even though they're both good games.
I think that they both have equal fucking acclaim. I think Hollow Knight is
even if they
high.
do, that's a travesty. Hollow Knight should have twice what Inside has.
But they're so different. They're so different.
Did you hear what I just said?
I know. I just heard what you said. I said about apples and oranges, but still, it makes no sense. You're comparing like a fucking side-scrolling visual experience to a fucking Dark Souls side-scroller, Metroidvania type game. Like, this is so hard to, I don't know.
Hey. Hollow Knight has moments of, like, insidiness where it's really atmospheric and music and shit. I don't know.
So hard to fucking debate these two. I think both are fucking worth it. And, like, once again, it's different strokes for folks. I could talk to you two. You could say it's overrated. I could talk to two of my other friends. They say that fucking it's not overrated. I don't know. Like, this one's pretty fucking hard, all right? I think that they're rated for the right audiences that like them. If you like that shit, you like that shit. If you like that shit, you like that shit. I don't know. It's kind of fucking hard. I don't know. I think that, so it's, I think both of those games are perfectly rated.
I think what Max was trying to get at is that Hollow Knight goes for something more ambitious and succeeds. Like there's a lot more going on in terms of just everything that the game offers, whereas Inside goes for something a lot simpler, but it succeeds as well. But then it's hard to compare, but then you'd want to give the one that goes for more to get more of the acclaim, or to...
I don't think you have to.
Not necessarily. It's definitely
it's kind of
weird.
It's kind of like, do you know what it's like? It's like when a child, like a 6-year-old, draws a picture of mummy and daddy, right? and they show it to their parents, and of course the parents go, "Oh, that's amazing. We're going to put it on the fridge," right? Because for the child, that's their potential, right? They've reached their potential as a 6-year-old.
Like you remembered to put a nose on. That's great. You
exactly.
hadn't drawn noses up until this point.
How basic do you think Inside is?
It's like, oh, you drew daddy as a crab. That's amazing. Like, you know,
that actually looks like a crab.
Exactly, and so you praise it. It's great, right? But then when you look at an art major and what they produce, you know, and they're like the best.
I drew daddy as a crab, and you're just like, I don't know about that.
So hard to say. Like, wait? You're saying it's that simple?
I have no stake in this. I have no stake in this.
This is such a bad example. And then also, it's like me saying this. Well, guess what? If we're talking indie games, Disco Elysium shits on all the games we've mentioned today. It shits on even God of War. But like, it's an indie game, and is there fucking gameplay? And Disco Elysium should have more praise than it has now. It should have more praise than Hollow Knight. Like, I don't know, they're indie games. It's hard. Like, that's the reason, like, they're indie, and indie games, since they are indie, is they have, like, different niches and different niche audiences. So it's hard to say what's rated and what's overrated. Because I do personally believe Disco Elysium should get way more praise than any other fucking game out there in the world. But it doesn't. But, I don't know. It's... So
retitle this video "The Big Hollow Knight Debate."
I mean, I've heard only
Disco Elysium shit's on Hollow Knight, alright?
I've heard only fantastic things about Disco Elysium.
But it's just like it's hard. I don't know. Like
Max,
it's so hard.
Max is salty at Inside. I have no stake in this. I've not played Inside.
No, I'm still just salty that Hollow Knight isn't like as well known as it should be.
I think it is.
Just the fact as well that they charge like £15 for this game is beyond me. Like,
what are you talking about? Inside is very fucking unique in what it is. It's very great environmental.
Yes, and it's got all of the acclaim for it and more than it deserves. So
no, it's not more than it deserves.
Stop talking about it.
No, I think Max is just personally offended by Inside. I think that's the vibe I'm getting.
He's got a bone to pick. I'm gonna switch it up and start bitching on myself. Until Turkey played Bayonetta, no one I know has played it.
Why would I play Bayonetta?
Like that shocks me. It is one of the best like action games. There's nothing really like it anywhere. It's like a pinnacle of quality in gaming. Look at the like reviews it gets, like critically incredibly highly acclaimed. I don't get why no one plays it. Like, no one has played it. No one fucking knows. People know about it. Everyone knows about it, but no one's fucking played it. And it boggles my mind. I don't get it. I'm very sad. This is an indignancy, an injustice. Play Bayonetta.
Fucking marketing team. Bayonetta fucking just like does not get the marketing it deserves in the States. So
that's probably true. All I know is that like the marketing worked on me. I remember as a kid, I don't have many memories of like reading game journals and whatnot. Like I remember Game Master magazine. You remember that, Max?
Yeah.
So I got, you don't know that, Zona. It's a British publication.
No, isn't it fucking, or was it Game Power? What was it?
I'm pretty sure Game Master is British, but
I think there's like Gaming Power magazine. Was that the one I was thinking of?
Maybe.
That's the one that I got. Or something. It was like Gaming Power. I don't know.
But I remember seeing the first promo shot for Bayonetta, and I don't think I've ever been more excited for a game based on just like the promo and just like seeing it. There was something about it that I was just like, oh my god, this looks amazing. And I had no idea it was by the same guy who did Devil May Cry, but I was just like, something about like I can already tell this is going to be like an action game. This is going to be like the exact type of game that I like. and I was right, and like, no one's played it. There's no one I have to talk to about the game except now finally, Turkey has played through it. So yeah, to put a stop to the inside Hollow Knight debate, Bayonetta shits on all of them. No one's played it. It doesn't shit on Hollow Knight. I can't say that. Hollow Knight is fantastic, but more people need to play Bayonetta. That's my piece.
Well, the thing is, you shouldn't be talking to the general gaming crowd. You should be talking to the Devil May Cry crowd, because if, say, 15 million people bought DMC5 and only 2 million people or 1 million people bought Bayonetta 3, that's an issue.
Yeah, DMC5 sold more than all of the Bayonettas combined.
Yeah. So and then if anyone's going to play Bayonetta, it's that crowd. So where are they?
Well, the thing is, if anyone's going to like really sink their teeth into Bayonetta, yes, that is true. However, I think anyone could enjoy it. It's just a really good time.
Yeah, anyone could, but realistically, who's most likely to like recognize it for what it is and
oh yeah, no, for sure, they get its full potential. Absolutely, but that's like saying you should really only recommend Metroid to speedrunners. Like, there's a lot to get out of the game, even if you're not going for that.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a really entertaining time, and it's batshit crazy, and it's fun to go through.
Speaking of, what do you guys say we wrap up this stream after this boss fight so we can go play God of War?
Yeah. I'm gonna take so long. I have no idea. I have no realistically. Okay, we're gonna need to put our heads together for this.
Well, you've been doing fine. You've been knocking him off the wrecking ball. This is just Miley Cyrus having a jolly old time here.
I came inside.
Like
a wrecking ball.
Max, why don't we all just fuck off and play God of War? You know what? That's exactly.
Nah, I'm gonna play inside. I don't know.
Hey, inside fucking slaps.
This talk is made me excited. Okay, I don't care. I'm probably not gonna play inside. What's inside about?
What is Inside about? It's really fucking weird in the sense where you could fucking just like you could figure out a lot of things about Inside.
I don't even know. Like that's
I feel
my
like
answer.
What Inside is, it's all about someone who is like just kind of like independent, going into like a factory-based system. It's pretty much like trying what it says is that people are like conforming into a society that's like more industrial and shit like that, and it's more of how everybody just has like kind of like this same exact fucking hive mind, and at the very end, I don't want to. Do I spoil the end of Inside?
No. What does the game consist of? What are you doing?
You're pretty much walking through like this one factory. So like you just start walking through a factory pretty much. That's what you're doing, and the factory gets more and more kind of fucked up as you go through it. And then at the very end of the game...
And you hear flashbacks about this whole drama that was happening, and apparently you stole a race car. And then at the end...
Yeah.
Die!
I get that reference.
Yes.
Oh, wait, hold on. Jake just hit us with... Hollow Knight has 224,000 reviews on Steam versus 36,000 for Inside.
Yeah, that's not enough. Hollow Knight should be doing...
What are you talking about?
Better. Hollow Knight deserves all...
Okay. I can spin this. Wait. You think you've got me, but I can spin this.
No, you can't.
Hollow Knight deserves all the cookies. All the cookies
here's the thing.
go to Hollow Knight.
A, that's a good thing, because Hollow Knight should get way more recognition than it does. B, my point still stands, because if you think about it, the people who actually review games are the people who like care the most. They are the gamers, right? Casual people who play a game for like 2 minutes, and especially if it's a very easy and accessible game, a large proportion of those people aren't going to be the kind of people who review games. So that makes sense why Inside has fewer reviews, because it's literally just people will play it, it'll last them like an hour, they'll be like cool, and then they'll move on, right? Whereas people who play Hollow Knight will play it for like 50, 60, 70, 80 hours, and they'll be like, holy shit, I have to tell more people about this game.
Get the fuck out of here, Max!
No, it makes total sense.
Explain more of Inside to me. Explain more of Inside to me. So what's going on? What's the drama?
Thank you, whoever in the chat said that. You just made my point.
No, it's such a dumb argument. What?
Zona, just because you're too dumb to understand it doesn't mean it's dumb. Okay, let's not
Jesus Christ.
Let's not be rude, all right? Let's not be rude.
Okay. Something happened. Something happened in the past with Max and Inside. There's something.
I don't know, dude. Yeah, Inside fucked him up. Dude.
Something deeper going on here. He started pulling out the ad homs.
Yeah, man had a stupid argument.
Hey, I'm not the one who called it dumb, all right? I didn't throw out dumb first. That was Zona. I'm just piling on the bandwagon.
You called your argument dumb.
I called your argument dumb.
Which is it? Well, which it isn't. You know, if you want to.
No, this guy's.
If you want to provide a better argument, then by all means. But you know, don't just call an argument names. Like that's That's just
a dumb argument.
Explain more of Inside. What happens inside? What happens? So you're walking through the factory, and what happens?
Nothing happens. You just walk right, and then the game ends. That's the game.
Oh my god.
Like, is there dialogue? Is there voice notes? What's
no,
going
there's
on?
no dialogue.
It's
no
just like,
and no.
It's just looking at the pictures.
Basically, your question is there game? And my answer is not really.
That's so like, what are you getting out of it?
What am I getting out of it?
What do you get out of Inside?
I don't know how to explain it. It was just really fucking cool. It was really cool and unique.
What's cool about
it? Empty and vapid, like Zona's arguments.
It's I don't know. Why do I need to have an explanation of why I think a game's fucking cool? I don't know, like the scenery.
No. You don't have to explain that, but you should at least be able to explain what the game provides in terms of like quality or value. You know,
what it provides a quality or value is like
Dead Tree of Rantiuna. Dead Tree of Rantiuna. It provides a very interesting and unique take on power and explains it very much. I
just think that what it tries to explain is like, I think that it's cool. Yeah, I feel like it's cool with fucking explaining. I mean, there's so many ways to fucking interpret Inside. I think the way that I interpret it is that, yeah, a fucking young boy comes into this factory system, lured in by this fucking thing, and at the very end conforms with this fucking being. It's I don't know how to explain why I think it's cool. I think that it's like a fucking like art film. I think it's like an art film, and it's cool.
So he like it's about conformity, and it's about like when you go into the machine, it's scary, but eventually you find that you're going to be part of the machine.
Exactly, and it's like at the very end, you're in this fucking like, and I think like at the end of it, I mean, do I fucking just spoil the end of Inside?
Well, you become.
I think I'm a mass fucking blob. Like,
yes, I have had that spoiled to me.
Huge blob.
Okay, that's okay. Like, so I see that with the thematics and the symbolism. Yeah, that sounds pretty overrated. That sounds mid. I don't know. That sounds really mid.
Okay. Let me come at this. Zona. I don't mean to like harp on this. Let me come at it from a different angle, okay? So
Hollow Knight.
Another reason why I think it's just overrated is because games since have just done more interesting stuff with the concept, and that doesn't take away from it, because if it did it first, then it did it first, right? Like other games.
It's cool and unique.
Use it.
I don't know what else. Wait, like, what is the fucking point though?
My whole point is that it has a disproportionate amount of love and acclaim and respect.
What other game did what Inside did? What other fucking like setting and atmosphere and kind of like environmental storytelling? What other game then? If you want to fucking bring this up, what
Hollow Knight?
What are you fucking talking about? Hollow Knight is not fucking like Inside.
Yes, it is. And if you don't know that, you haven't played it.
Wait, how are they the same?
Dude? How are they fucking same?
Literally everything you just said about environmental storytelling, atmosphere, that is all in Hollow Knight just as much as it is in Inside.
Fucking different types of storytelling though. I don't know what you're getting on about. It's just like fucking.
Okay, I think I can see what Max is going for here. He's saying that the environmental storytelling, beautiful art, worlding you in this setting, and telling a story through the the visuals and just the experience of walking through that place. Hollow Knight does that, but that's all Inside does.
Yeah, like, but
is that kind of what you're getting at?
And that's not a bad thing. Inside is a good game by all measure, right? If you want to, fine. But like it's disproportionately recognized.
Wait, guys, look what's happening on screen. Punish me. I think I need to be grounded. I think this guy is a kinky boy and he's gonna get bully sex from the hag.
I mean, the atmosphere of Inside is what I like about it, and I've yet to fucking reach another game that has that similar fucking atmosphere. I don't.
Fair enough, right? Fair enough. That's
I don't think any of my arguments are vapid and voidless of fucking meaning. Like, I don't get it.
Just like your soul, It's just...
I don't.
Just like Inside.
Exactly. Inside, like, once again, it's a fucking indie game, and I think it deserves the fucking praise. And once again, the fact that it's so fucking weird and like can be like having different fucking meanings by the end of it is what makes it interesting. It's kind of like one of those games where you kind of pull the story together. It's kind of like how you guys fucking soy Wojak over fucking every single Dark Souls piece of media. It's like people trying to figure out the mystery of the fucking story. That's why people like Inside. It's because it's like you're trying to figure out what the fuck this actually meant. And a lot of times with Dark Souls and all that shit, it's like, yes, there's lore that backs things up. A lot of times fucking Vadi's just pulling shit out of his fucking ass because he thinks it makes sense. So it's the same kind of thing.
But
I mean, it's true though.
But that's on the player for not trying to piece together the story and relying on Vati. Like I stopped.
Oh no, I'm not. What I'm trying to say
Vati
is,
and I've been.
But it's what you're doing with the story too. It's what you're doing.
And again, that's a strength of Inside. Like, fair enough, right? But
I can see Mac's criticism if that's all it does. If you're comparing it to Hollow Knight, where that's one of the many things it does.
Fucking Hollow Knight. That's so hard. I'm not gonna compare fucking Dark Souls and Elden Ring to fucking Uncharted or The Last of Us, dude. Like, what is this so? That's even hard because there's actual combat in that.
But here's the
walking simulator that's the best. I don't know what like.
Look. Again, I'm not comparing the quality of the games so much as I'm comparing the disproportionate level of their reception compared to their individual quality. That's more.
Why are you acting like 5 people playing Hollow Knight? Hollow Knight is so popular.
Yes, maybe today, but like 5 years ago,
Dude, that's the bullshit argument. You're acting like Hollow Knight is only like such a weird niche thing people don't know about.
It still does not have enough recognition.
Everybody fucking knows Hollow Knight, Max.
Yes, again, I'd say in the last year or two, especially since the Switch came out and Hollow Knight got onto the Switch, like it helped obviously.
The thing is, I can vouch for Mac. He was a hipster cool boy. He was playing Hollow Knight before it was cool.
Thank you.
And I think that's why he's
different. But I think we all knew about Hollow Knight when it came out. We all fucking knew. Yeah, people playing Hollow Knight.
I mean, I only played Hollow Knight because Mac forced it on me. Like, he was just like, "Sit down, play this," and I'm like, "Oh yes, okay, this is it. Yes, I agree." And then later, I played it on my own. So
But like, I feel like Hollow Knight throughout fucking history of Hollow Knight, it has still always been fucking known about. It's not like an unknown game. It's probably one of the most fucking popular indie games out there.
That is true.
And it's still not popular enough. It should be better. It should be more.
It's
more. But by the way, if anyone wants, I can recommend a video on YouTube by Mossbag. I believe it's 6 hours long, and he is the Vati of Hollow Knight. If you want to know the story of Hollow Knight without putting in the effort, go watch Mossbag's extensive breakdown.
Sure. Speaking of breakdown, I'm going to have a breakdown if I don't play some God of War soon.
All right, well, we beat the boss. I think it's saved. I don't know how to save.
Maybe it saves when you quit. Oh wait, there was a save thing there. Go back. Save options.
All options have been saved.
Oh.
That's all right, that's good. I think we're fine. I think that's fine. Wait, bonus arcade cinematic game
going.
Load. Okay, wait.
Hey, everybody in chat right now, Inside is better than Hollow Knight. Everybody fucking hear that right now. Hear it from Mike Chase, all right?
If you comment that in the comments, I'm banning you.
Comment that. Everybody in the comments say Inside's better than fucking Hollow Knight because we fucking know it. Come on, chat. Come on.
See, Zona, this is just sad. Just stop
It's
embarrassing yourself.
not.
Right?
It's not. Inside is a fucking better game than fucking Hollow Knight.
Watch me play Inside and just fucking adore it and just be like, oh my god, this is amazing.
But you guys are only 2 people compared to the fucking a lot of people. Right?
I mean, I haven't played it. I have no idea. I could absolutely love it. I am just joking around for the memes. This is funny.
Max is attacking right now. Max.
I'm not
even offended by Hollow Knight. Max got personally offended by.
I'm not attacking the game. I'm attacking its reception relative to Hollow Knight.
Now let's talk about Gravity Rush.
Okay, Inside.
Where the fuck is Gravity Rush? What happened?
Hey, Jake just said we stand inside. We stand inside, baby.
We can talk about Gravity Rush as well. That game. I mean, it got a sequel, but you know, it was a bit.
Jake, I don't think Brits like Inside. British people don't like Inside. It's too American, all right? It's too American.
Sure. That's what it is. That's the subtext under this whole
debate.
It's
corporate. It's corporate. Yeah, it's a little bit too American, all right?
Capitalistic Americans, they all play Inside and they're just like, yes, this is my life. Yes,
exactly.
I'm part of the machine.
We're part of the machine. Honestly, it is. It's just like America's Simulator. You join the machine, you conform to it, and then that's it. All right, let's play fucking God of War.
All right, everybody, thank you for tuning in. Which game is better, Hollow Knight or Inside? And play Bayonetta. Play Bayonetta 1. Play Bayonetta 2. Play Bayonetta 3. Can you play all of the Bayonetta games and play Hollow Knight? Maybe play Inside. I don't know. I can't say. But all I know is that Hollow Knight is fantastic. And so far, God of War Ragnarok. I mean, we weren't really talking much about the game, right? It wasn't super engaging. It was fun. This is a fun game, I'd say. But you know, if you're looking for a game right now to play, I don't think this beats Bayonetta 3, personally. So play that instead. Play Sonic Frontiers, you know.
It's gonna be the most heated fucking video we had so far.
And do you want to go even far in the heated? I forgot to record this, so all we have is the VOD, and I forgot I'm downloading God of War right now, so the quality might not be great on this one, but you know, you come here for the conversation.
That's fine. Yeah, people can just listen to us as opposed to watch it.
We're gonna get angry, all right?
Yeah, so it's a part of the MZN lore now. The Inside versus Hollow Knight.
Yeah,
who will win?
This is gonna fucking come back. It's gonna come back.
What sequel is gonna be better, Silk Song or Outside? We don't know.
Outside. All right, end the goddamn stream.
All right. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
We will wait. Hold on. We have changed our times, changed our streaming times.
Oh yeah.
So, Mac, I think, is still on Sunday, right?
I guess so. Yeah.
Zona is now on Monday, and I am on Wednesday. So the next one will be Mac. Catch us on Sunday as we finish Resident Evil 2 Remake.
Hopefully finish.
And then down below you can subscribe to Zona's Twitch and catch us there having a good old time voice acting the great Ace Attorney. We are out of the prologue.
Wait, that's Monday, right? We're doing Monday?
Monday. We learned how to play the game. We did it. We are lawyers now.
We are lawyers, so get us there, and you know, maybe I'll take a break at some point playing Ace Attorney, and I'll make everybody fucking watch me play Inside.
I was actually gonna say I might do.
I would
Inside.
be down for that.
Why don't I play Inside? Because I haven't played it.
Good point. Yeah.
I'll do. You know what? Fuck it. I'm doing Inside next stream. We're putting God of War on hold. Ragnarok will be waiting for us.
We're playing Inside.
And I'm playing Inside. All right, perfect. We've got a plan. Is this going to be another Dead Tree of Rankchiuna? Or will it be based? Who knows? We'll see.
Based.
Thank you for joining. See ya.